Alright, so last time on Beast World, our Delvers had been enjoying the city life of Louvain, having collected Aspen from the local guards the previous morning after an incident with an open campfire. The party gathered at a much quieter tea house on the other side of the market district in Louvain. There, Charlotte overhears whispers and rumors of a dungeon entrance hidden within the archives section of the Library of the Gate. As the crew are returning through the marketplace, they are suddenly jumped by a Grandy snow leopard who announces themselves as Kaiba of the West Winds. The showmen leaped from the roof with a dramatic flair, revealing themselves to be the opponent that Vegas was destined to have their show match with. Aspen nearly disrupts the performance, but Vegas is able to direct them to their old estate, which would be a quieter place for them to relax. While this is happening, two announcers appear and make themselves known, hyping up the crowd, gathering crowd in the street spectacle being performed. Vegas's overconfidence offered the first blow to Kaiba, allowing the monk to strike a devastating first hit. Despite this, Vegas manages to bounce back, and the two exchange hands in a flourishing display of performance before Vegas is able to give a reversal, sending Kaiba flying into a finish. Both Kaiba and Vegas gained 2 popularity from the perfect show match. After the match concludes, Vegas remembers where he sent Aspen, and the Delvers speed off to Vegas's old estate. They arrive just in time to witness Aspen encountering Vegas's nurse, Delilah, confronting the Urson about their presence in the mansion. The Delvers settle into the estate for the evening, helping Delilah clean up a bit as best they are able, and restock the place with some fresh food. While there, Ski discovers an outlier among the collection of books in the estate, written in an older Venetian. Bringing this up with Set, who is able to give the book a quick glance over, and discovers a prominent word within, simply called Spellbreaker. The next day, the group goes about shopping throughout the districts, gathering some newer pieces of equipment and a few potions for their next delve. While they're out, they run into an old friend, Cicero, the Dungeoneer. Charlotte brings up the rumor about the dungeon existing in the library, and he confirms as much, but says they best come by the Decorum to discuss things forward. The group takes the day off to recover before heading to the Dungeon Decorum, a large wizard tower that is a part of the Library of the Gate and home to the Dungeoneers and Elements. There they meet up with Cicero again, who leads them further up the tower, where they can talk privately about the dungeon. According to Cicero, the dungeon has existed in the library for the last 3 years, and despite such, has not produced any monsters, traps, or guardians. The Dungeoneers have kept its existence a secret within the library to keep students from wandering in out of curiosity. While they are talking, a nearby door opens as a tall jackal figure, dressed in blacks, purples, and gold, is departing mid-conversation with another figure, an equally tall dragon, steps out from their office and introduces themselves as Dr. Svek Iskuga, the head archivist of the Dungeoneers. Dr. Iskuga offers an extension to allow them to explore the dungeon in hopes that it reacts in some way to their presence. He also passes out a few flyers looking for information on a strange individual sighted in the dungeon all across the Beast World, coined only as the Traveler. And that is where we're picking up.
I just want to confirm real quick. We should be fully rested up, right? No
Yes.
damage, all good? Okay.
It's taking forever to transition for me. Come on, game. It's got me hung right now.
Refresh?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Huh.
Yeah, okay, so the observer loaded. It was struggling to get both.
As a confirmation, we still have the temporary hit points from Aspen's cooking, right?
Yes.
How much was that?
4.
Or,
Okay.
yeah, I actually saw 4 temporary hit points on my sheet note. I was about to ask where those came from because I didn't remember.
Mm-hmm. Aspen doing us a good cook. Helpful.
Alright, so you have gathered outside the dungeon decorum. Cicero is walking along with you, and you are following along what seems to be a not so much sprawling intersection as it is a continuation of the library, as it is attached to, or at least the dungeon decorum is attached to a portion of it. But in order to more quickly navigate to the specific section that you are trying to get to, it's easier to cross out into the streets and walk alongside where the library would be, instead of having to, trudge through it. It also draws less attention to you. Anything you want to talk about on your way over?
So, anybody that's gone in here before us has found nothing, you said?
Yes, so far, no such luck. We've had different delvers of varying experience levels, maybe seeing if there is something that they're more accustomed to seeing than we are, since they spend more time in the actual dungeon than we do. But, no, nothing's come up, unfortunately.
And was I right in understanding that it keeps opening new entrances? Or is it just the one entrance that keeps moving?
As far as I'm aware, there's just the, one entrance.
Okay, that's weird.
Well, we've seen the dungeon weaving itself into where its entrance appears before. I wouldn't put it past it to have interacted with something else in the archive, in a visible way or not.
There hasn't been any disturbances or such inside the library or the archive itself. It's been pretty inert.
So nothing's come out, it doesn't change much other than exist.
Basically.
So it's an annoyance more than anything.
It on its own is not so much of an annoyance. The fact that the fact that students over here learn about it and tend to wander into it, we just don't want there to potentially be danger to them if there is something we can't find. So we're doing our best to kind of keep it hidden for now. We're just trying to make sure it doesn't become a problem in the future.
Would be a good way to weed out the weak ones.
They're students, Aspen, they're not warriors.
Yes.
Duh. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
I don't
so
think physical prowess is the mark of a good student per se. But yes, you were saying, Charlotte.
anyway, Charlotte trying to raise her voice to change the topic. How long would we be able to have a chance at this dungeon? As long as we wish?
Well, I'll need to at least have the entrance covered up again, so nobody wanders in. So
How do
I
you
could give
reach
you at this time of day maybe about 4 hours or so.
4 hours. All right.
We should have a decent number of time to look around.
And you're coming in with us, or are you staying outside?
I know I need to make sure nobody else wanders in.
Got you.
But if this all ends up being a bust, I do have some dungeon leads that I could throw you away. Imagine you were quite interested in getting on the road again.
I do love Louvain. That could be something we could discuss after we see what happens with this.
Of course.
I mean,
Yes,
we're
let's see
probably
where
not
this
all
goes.
Louvain anyway, so.
He leads you on for several blocks. You're getting a good view of how long this library actually spans within the city. It almost kind of just like weaves through the streets itself. There are other buildings attached, but not connected directly to it. They're more there as kind of structural support in a way. The library continues to expand further in, and eventually, as you round out to a larger area that would just be kind of like a intersection, Cicero kind of takes a turn and pulls you all towards another grand entrance and leads you up a pretty vast flight of stairs. As you are led through these towering doors, they are, I'd say, upwards of like 16 to 18 feet tall. They're huge. They part, and you get your first look inside the Library of the Gate, and there are bookshelves for what feels like miles. Because of the distance of how the library is set up, you can see down what looks to be aisles and aisles and aisles. There are some areas that elevate up onto an even higher floor, and you can see students and visitors of all kinds just going about the place. It is not as quiet as you would expect for a library, but it is not overbearingly loud in any way, shape, or form.
Charlotte is in absolute awe.
Likewise. Vanya is wide-eyed, looking absolutely everywhere.
We have
Yeah,
to spend at least another day here.
Agreed.
You could make a fair assumption that Aspen is just staring at the bookshelves. Just like, wow.
Oh, taking some time to read certainly couldn't hurt.
It'd be a shame not to, really.
Exactly,
I would
you
like
waste.
to browse.
And I wouldn't mind spending a few more days.
Using voice of speech, looking over to Usky. Maybe we can find something that can at least get us on the right track with what's happening with you.
Viola?
Uh
Sorry,
oh.
I was taken into the dimension for a second. What?
Vanya was...
Vanya, voiceless speech is at you. Maybe we can find something that can explain what's happening with you.
Yeah, and she will twitch back. It certainly seems like a good first lead to pursue.
So, if we get 4 hours, is that all right? Oh, we don't know how big this dungeon is, do we? It's just one room.
speedrun time?
It is, in a way, one room. It is 2 floors, but it's best that you see it for yourself.
Alright, this kind of evasiveness is never a good sign.
4 hours to explore a room with a mezzanine. Sounds generous.
You can just say it's a big room.
Might be harder to explain than that.
We're getting.
It is definitely more difficult to explain than that. Again, it is better that you see it for yourself.
We're gonna end up in like the training room rid from like fighting games.
Danger room.
One room, but it goes on forever.
Let's just go in.
Cicero leads you all further down the aisles. Hey, you guys make perception checks for me real quick.
Yay!
I don't wanna.
I'm so good at these.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I shut my eyes and cover my ears and go, la 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 la.
Hey, that actually ended up working out for me.
Vanya's too distracted by all the books.
Oh damn!
I see everything.
Ears gang.
Did my
Here's
dice get
gang.
reset?
Ignatius has holes.
21, 20, 22, 19. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. I will say anybody with a 14 or higher. So Aspen, Aset, Vegas, Ignatius, Charlotte. Basically everybody but Aski and Vanya. You all are getting
Oh no.
kind of just like glances in your direction because you are all very clearly standing out amongst the people who are here. There are some delvers here, but they are like maybe in groups of like 1 or 2, whereas you all are like kind of grouped up together. There's a lot of you, and you're all following a dungeoneer at the moment.
Let's just make way then.
Just on tour.
Clearly, a ski
We're in
doesn't
the
notice
library.
because she's so used to it by now.
People staring? No, this is normal.
Oh, never mind us now.
After a bit, Cicero heads over towards where the archive section for Louvain is, and meets up with a alley cat who is currently working behind a desk, essentially a clerk. And she sees him approach, just kind of like doesn't even say anything, just kind of like nods to him as if she already understands what's happening. And she opens a side door near her desk and lets you all pass through as Cicero leads you all into the archive section. The archives strangely takes you down, and you feel like, despite having walked up a pretty steep flight of stairs to get into the library, you're now walking further down than you have gone up. You're starting to feel as if you're going underground now.
Oh my god, a basement.
Ugh, my ears popped.
So, was there a more obvious path we could have taken? Were there fireworks, a marching band, or did we just have to walk through the main mezzanine anyways?
There's no other directions into here. They try to keep it as secure as possible.
They put a beaded curtain over it, so it's only
Yeah, they
for
know.
the mature bunch.
There are some with access to the library, based off privileges or honors earned, but for the most part, things in here are not... They're delicate, but not completely indispensable. We do need to keep a lot of the stuff in here protected. We're almost here, as he leads you further into the back section of the archives, and just kind of strangely, as you're walking down one of the aisles, he stops and he looks towards one of the shelves that currently contains many different books that are not quite chained, but they're secured more firmly to the shelves. He grabs one of the edges and starts to pull the bookshelf back. And as he does, you can see on the other side of it is a strange-looking blue door. Well, this is it. We don't know why it specifically appeared here. The bookshelf was in the way when it appeared, so we're not sure if that was normal or intended.
So we don't. So you don't think this was supposed to be in place of a room?
It's hard to tell.
How did you discover it? Did you simply notice something was off about the bookshelf?
A student who was using this particular section of the archives noticed it when they removed a book and saw the blue of the door on the other side.
So this thing, you knew of it 3 years ago, was it?
Yes, that's when we first discovered it.
I was working under the assumption that it was 3 years old. This thing could be far older than we'd imagine.
It is possible. We do not know for certain.
It's a good thing you don't have backed bookcases down here, then.
Well, we're just also very thankful that no monsters have spilled out, because they could have do an untold amount of damage to the archives if they just flooded in all of a sudden.
This could have easily been avoided if you just put a second bookcase in front of the first bookcase.
He kind of turns and looks at you, and his head tilts, and he's like, "What?"
Well, you know, if the kid removed a book and saw the door, then if there were a second bookcase, they'd remove the book and see yet more books.
But then they'd wonder why there's two bookcases.
Yeah, why
Doesn't
would a
matter. They'd
That
have
would
to-
still pique curiosity, yes.
It's
They'd
like
have
covering
to
up a
ask the
stain with a rug.
They'd have to ask a staff member to do it.
You say that as if these student researchers are not the most inquisitive bunch. You know they're going to stick their nose in something and get burnt.
I don't
I
spend my
would.
time around students.
I'm not a student, and I'd still try and look.
Haven't you been
See?
to school, Vegas?
No.
We both know they haven't.
Oh.
I suppose that explains a few things, but
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
it's okay. I
Oh.
didn't go to school either.
I was homeschooled in a way, but
Oh, you
didn't really
too?
learn what was not necessary.
Oh.
I don't know. It stopped when the war broke out. Anyway,
Yeah, let's
Let-
get inside here.
Yeah, let's go in.
let's just get inside, yes.
alright, if you do run into anything or you need my help, I will be right out here waiting.
what if we can't reach you that way?
I
What?
would be surprised. This is the only way in or out as far as I can tell.
Okay.
We tend to be surprising.
We've delved before. It'll be fine. We'll always find a way out.
I'm gonna kick the door open.
Careful.
You kick the door. It doesn't open in that direction.
I think it's
Okay, so remaining on the leg that I planted on the
don't
ground, I'm
push.
going to like hook my foot onto the doorknob or whatever and like try and pry it open that way.
Okay. It's definitely not locked. It doesn't have a latch of any sort, and it pulls open.
Vanya
Huh.
just applauds the. Well done.
Thank you.
So the door opens, and you, for a moment, feel a breeze, which is a little unusual. It's not quite chilly, but it's definitely cooler. And as the door opens fully, you can't directly see that far inside. It is very dark.
Oh, who wants to be our beacon?
Vanya draws the moon-touched rapier. I can lead.
Oh, I have a spell, but that works too.
Save your spells.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Save it.
Okay.
Well, if someone
can
else
need it
wants
later.
to, I can just put the sword away. It's easy.
No, do the sword one.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I didn't mean to do that.
Aspen lights the drift globe.
Yeah, Aspen's gonna pull out the drift globe and
All right, we have that.
Do I
You
need
got
to
a
refresh
bunch of
my-
light-based items in the Shadow Dungeon.
Funny that.
So... Oh yeah, so you can emulate the light spell with the Drift Globe, which is very good. So 20 foot from Charlotte, 20 foot from Aspen, and I don't remember how much the Moon Touch Rapier provides.
15.
15. Okay, so you guys have decent light sources from 3 different people. You light up this, what is essentially a tunnel, and you all head off, and as you move further in, you notice that the walls themselves seem to have sort of like a carved like architecture to them. There's no actual like details or engravings or anything, but it is smooth. And as you get further in, Cicero closes the door behind you, as the darkness from that end completely takes over. That cool breeze feeling persists for a little bit, and as you move further and further in, you see light ahead. It's not bright or intense, but you can see what is very clearly an opening. And as you approach said opening, we will load our map.
So the moment Cicero closes the door, Vanya's gonna throw up her facade.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Oh, this is a big room.
Hmm.
Oh,
I need to change the music too.
oh. Uh-oh.
Welcome to the gate.
This place is neat. How deep down does it go?
As you step further out into the edge, you can see out in far directions around you, and you realize that you are looking into the Astral Sea.
I thought this was... When Cicero said about falling to the Astral Sea, I thought, like, breaching the wall, that the sea's right here.
I thought metaphorically.
It is right here.
Isset, this is your wheelhouse, isn't it?
Out of character, is it?
No,
No.
what Ignatius is assuming is that jackals are from the Astral Sea. It's actually bats that are from the Astral Sea. Jackals are from
know.
the Dreaming. From the...
I'm doing that one completely in character.
Was that a
Yes.
microaggression?
Do I look like a bat to you, Ignatius?
Do you want me to answer that truthfully?
well, you do have the ears.
Take your pick.
This place is beautiful.
I want to pick up a rock and throw it out into the expanse.
Oh, I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay.
I want to pick up a bigger rock than you do.
Just Aspen and Vegas picking up rocks at exactly the same time.
Yeah, you pick
So
up...
we look at each other and like, oh.
You pick up stones and chuck them out, and you watch that they kind of sail in like almost a straight line. They don't go very quickly, but they do just kind of like sail off into the distance.
Ooh.
Can,
Okay.
Reminds me of somebody.
can I...
Hmm.
I'm not talking about jumping over the edge here, but can I jump just to test the...
Okay.
I just jump up just to...
All right. You jump up. Just make me an athletics check for me.
Oh, God.
Just I want to see how this plays out.
That one, you float off into the Astral Sea.
All right, 14. With the 14, you jump up 5 feet and you hover 5 feet in place.
Oh gosh! All right.
Whoa, cool.
He's just gonna grab Vanya by the ankle and pull back down.
Wait.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now I want to pick Vanya back up and leave her there. Like, the astronauts do in the ISS? Does it work that way?
You pick Vanya up and try to leave her there, but she immediately is returned back to the floor.
Shoot.
Am I the only one who kind of wants to jump out there?
Very
No,
bad
I
idea.
do.
Don't do that.
Tempting as it may
Might
be,
not come
that
back.
would be an awful idea, yes.
Yeah.
Aspen, a time comes in every adventure's life where they're going to have to take that jump, though.
Charlotte is already open new
Bad
page.
idea, but it's curious.
You should do it.
Opening a new page of the Guy Spirits, and it's just writing notes. Lighter gravity, astral sea.
Ignatius is gonna flap his wings once, take a careful step, and jump off the ground to see how much lift he can get. He wants to sort of feel out how flying would work in a place like this.
You, with your natural flight speed, are not encumbered by the astral sea. You can move at your normal flight speed.
Alright.
There's a reason bats can navigate the astral sea so well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is good reassurance for if someone falls off. If they can fall off, who knows?
I'll test it
Don't.
with a rope.
Do not.
You guys have
I
4
w-
hours in here. Yeah, one of them just, like, drifted off into space.
No, I went bungee jumping. There's a difference.
We spent 30 minutes exploring. We spent 3.5 hours trying to get
All right.
one of us back.
Before we even do something like this, I'm going to need as many people as I can to hold on to a rope if Vegas is going to do this.
I probably weigh about as much as one of his forearms. I'm gonna back up a bit.
Ignatius
love
will
being
step
enabled.
off the edge and just sort of hover in place.
What is Vegas get to jump off? I'm the one who voiced the desire to.
Do you want to do it with me?
Why
No,
are we
that's-
letting Vegas jump off like this?
That's risky.
I
We should
feel
only
like
have one
If
person.
you jump off, I am going to have to be one that pulls you back in.
There you go.
Because for all we know, if no one has been able to find anything in this leg of the dungeon around here, maybe whatever it's hiding is on the other side.
Let's just explore what we can see. I do not want to
Let's
be an
ex-
astral
let's explore
lifeguard.
this place first before we risk
Actually,
jumping off into the other to potentially never be found again.
Askia raises an interesting point though. What if there are no creatures on the level we entered at? There is above and below us. Maybe there's a hidden path below.
Well, sure, in the same way there are birds in the sky and dungeons in the dirt.
But astral sea means like a vast scape. This could go on for.
Just saying, there seems to be the rocks down there below us. Maybe there is an underside.
Is
Maybe.
Yes.
do you see the stairs over there?
In which direction?
She
Oh,
points
I
to the
do.
south. Yeah.
That's one place to check, I suppose.
Is there any significance to this pillar in the middle?
The pillar, and the one across from it,
Platform?
is holding up the second floor, which you can slightly see. There are, above where these so-called bridges are, there are other bridges that are also in various states of disrepair.
Does it just go another floor, or how much further are we
It
talking?
is holding up a singular floor, and then above that is open space.
Can I study the architecture of this particular area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me an investigation check, anyone who wants to. Or perception
going to
checks
do that
for
as
people
well.
looking around.
Perception. Okay.
Like you're saying for me, so
Ooh.
Alrighty.
This guy got lost in the sauce in the library, but it helped here.
All right, investigations into the architecture. Charlotte and Iset, looking over the geometry, the way it's shaped, it's very simple, but they're very clearly like patterns that are marked into the floor, and they don't really look like anything that you've seen of the Beast World before. They're very unusual.
Not even
there's-
anything I've seen of the Beast World before.
No, nothing you've seen. It doesn't remind you of anything, both from like the Dreaming or just the Beast World. It's very unusual. Some of the like depictions or pictos that you're kind of like seeing in the floor, at first you kind of like feel like they might be arcane in nature, but they're so weird in how they're like designed, it's almost impossible to tell.
Would an inside check of some sort help?
It'd be more like an Arcana check. Let's see, perceptions. A ski with your natural 20. You've noticed there's one thing in here that seems to be unusual. More so than the fact that you're in the Astral Sea. There's plant life growing along these edges, all around, and they almost kind of shimmer a bit with kind of like the glare that the stars give off. They have a very unusual nature to them. How they're growing out here with no sustenance or sunlight is beyond you.
Magic.
Can I... These big purple plants, I want to just bat one with my hand.
Okay. It flutters as you kind of like hit it. It moves a lot more slowly because of how the gravity feels in here. You don't feel like the gravity is affecting you in your movement or anything, but it is clearly interacting with everything else.
Are our clothes moving differently while
Nope.
we're out here as well? No, so apart from when I was in the air.
When you're in the air, did you have anything that was like normally loose?
She's got like I guess it's kind of like a cowl sort of thing over her shoulders.
It probably floated for a little bit.
Okay.
But once you were back on the ground, you were more or less affected by gravity. It seems like once you are no longer touching this platform, you are subject to how the gravity is being affected.
Oh, curious.
What about the plant life? Does anyone know if it is normal?
Can I? Yeah, I was about to say, can I investigate it? Just like see if I recognize any other plants or.
There doesn't seem to be much creature life generated by this ledge, but
Well,
I don't recall there
remember,
being much in the form of plant life in our last dives. Perhaps this
Yes.
could be something.
Set, you see a lot of plant life doing what you do. Why don't you have a look? I'll help a little bit. I know something, not much. I'd like to.
Yeah,
Would
can I
you
roll for this?
suppose
Help.
it accurate to
Yeah, make a nature check, I'll say, with advantage because of Vanya assisting you.
Only 14.
Only 14. You've not seen a plant like this before. It looks very similar to, what was I about to call it? Almost like a ficus, in a way. It's much bigger, the leaves are much bigger, and it has the very, very strange glow. At first you kind of think that the glow is coming off of like maybe like a reflection from like the stars, or maybe there's like water reflecting off of it. It is not moist or damp in any way, and the leaves themselves look about as healthy as they can be, at least what you can assume to be in a healthy state.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a sample?
I think I will.
Okay.
Click off one leaf.
Yeah, you can just do that. It'll clip off a leaf, and add to your inventory, just so you keep track of it, 1 moon petal.
If I can set a theory. Remember when we came across that banquet table with all that food and it just didn't rot?
You think this is the same?
It could be the dungeon trying to form some kind of plant. Although it was a good idea to take one. It could be
Perhaps,
something
yes.
based off our world, but
It does resemble a ficus, but as if adapted to the astral sea somehow, or touched by it.
or maybe it's the dungeon's own interpretation of a plant?
Are we
Maybe.
even in the dungeon still if we're in the astral plane? I'm not too well versed on these matters.
See, I've never heard of the astral sea leaking into a dungeon before. Unless the dungeon is actually emulating the astral sea. But I don't
Would
want to
it
test.
Be the dungeon leaking into the astral sea, or the astral sea leaking into the dungeon?
I'd have to assume that the structure here is a portion of the dungeon, if not originally so.
Perhaps they're even intertwined in some way or another.
Well, I personally want to be sure this isn't just the dungeon emulating the astral plane in some way, and I'm not too sure of how to find out besides poking at its limits.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Let's
I guess if we
take the
see any
stairs.
bats
Let's
flying by.
explore a little
Not.
further first, yes.
You see on either side of these platforms there are 2 staircases.
To the right, to the right.
Flashbang.
Oh, this is elaborate.
Ooh.
No creatures here either, but
I just hear the Dragon Quest sound.
Aspen's just very loudly gonna shout out, just like, "Hello, dungeon creatures!"
Wait, do you see that on the rock?
some sort of crystal.
Make perception checks, everyone.
Ignatius is gonna see that, and he is
I'm
gonna
blinded.
fucking hit it with a detect evil.
Alright, let's see here. So we got 22 from Ski. Man, a lot of low numbers here.
Ski and Aspen are the only
Yeah,
ones who
just
were involved.
Ski
the
and
rest of
Aspen.
us sucked shit.
Ski and Aspen. When pointed out, you definitely notice that there is some kind of pillar jutting out of this area here, and there is some kind of glowing, possibly crystal formation a little bit higher up, about, I want to say, 15 feet off the ground. It almost looks like it is embedded in the stone, but every few seconds you notice very specifically there is a pulse that goes out, and you see very tightly over top of it there is almost like a grid of sorts, but you only see it whenever it pulses, and you have a feeling that it is possibly blocking something.
Hey, Aspen, Vegas.
Ah.
You up for trying to catch me?
Yeah.
Also, I believe the phrase is dibs.
I'm gonna,
That's not at all how we approach ancient pulsing crystals in
First off-
business.
the gap here to try and land on the opposite platform.
Okay.
First off, that thing is purple, which is my favorite color. which means I interact with it.
I'm
If
gonna
only you
detect
had
evil.
confidence.
I'm gonna detect evil on it first. I want that in the air, cleared out.
Alright, first off,
Athletics or
Vanya,
acrobatics?
athletics. For distance.
Money.
You're able to jump without any effort all the way almost past Aspen. Like, they have to catch you, or you're just gonna go straight past them.
Ah!
Remember, eat for
That's why
distance,
it's
Kobe
rough.
for accuracy.
Thank you. Whew.
You
Catches
get
Vanya by the scruff, holds it kind of face level, and just says, "I got you."
you realize that you gave yourself a lot of momentum there, and you might be able to control it better. Maybe if you were to try to swim. Otherwise, you were going to be at the mercy of however much momentum you put into it.
Noted.
John Madden.
You know, I could probably reach this if I were to, say, stand on Aspen's shoulders. Would they be so kind?
I could also just fly and pluck at it, but again, I think we should not randomly stumble into this matter.
I could do it in one jump with a hand tied behind my back.
Let's let Ignatius do his thing, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, sure.
Ignatius will step forward,
Let him interrogate the pillar.
pump his wings once to bring him to about level with the crystal, and gonna detect evil on it. Not touching it, not gonna approach the grid. I will be a safe, respectable distance away from it.
Okay. So you're getting up to the level with it?
Correct.
Real quick, when Iggy's flying up there, Aspen's just going to test a theory about being in contact with the platform, and just gently touches like the back of Iggy's foot or whatever they can reach, just so that they are technically in contact.
Okay. What are you trying to achieve?
Just to see if that proxy contact with the ground makes gravity function again.
Okay, but he can fly
Yeah,
normally.
like he's flying
Yeah,
right
but
Yeah.
it's making you a lot less effort, right? You just had to pump your wings once, and you're just kind of like hovering there now, right?
You have
Uh,
15
Fly
feet in
like
the
that
air.
general.
Will touching him subtly activate gravity is the question here, I feel.
Yeah.
No. Ignatius has a natural flight and hover speed, and they are unaffected by any of the gravity here. So you
So-
touching them is not going to
He wouldn't
suddenly
even feel
inflict gravity.
Also, we can't just have LeBron James in the party jumping a 15-foot vertical. Like, goddamn.
I mean,
He was the GOAT.
All right. So what are you doing directly to the I guess the lattice?
Detect evil. Just gonna sniff this one out. Alright, divine sense.
Divine sense. Okay. Let me see what you got. Let's see. As an action, to the end of your next turn, no location of any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you is not behind total cover. My presence within the same radius also detect the presence of any place or objects consecrated or desecrated. Okay. One round. Okay. You cast Divine Sense, and you do not get any kind of pinging response back. You do not feel as if there are any of these particular types of creatures that you would encounter here.
Huh. Alright, is there just nothing, as in this is normal, or is there nothing as in to sort of be concerned about, the baseline evil that the party's radiating? Like, does that pick up at all?
Oh, yes. You still pick up the presence of, well, technically two Fanes at this point. You get one coming from Aski, and then you get one coming from Vanya. whereas before you only got one coming from a ski.
Cool. This doesn't even register at this point. This
and
is
then you also
par for
pick
the
up-
course.
This
you
is
also pick
normal.
up
Get
an
used to it.
undead as well.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
that's for later.
That's
That's
But
a
it
later
possibly be.
Ignatius's problem.
I love how much the cop is pushing this off.
There's a giant pulsating purple magic grid in space. I have a bigger problem in front
He's
of me.
a busy cop.
And so this thing is just not like a conspicuous absence, right? It's just normal.
As far as you can tell, the orb-like object, whatever it is clearly embedded into this pillar, and there is just something kind of like radiating around it, possibly either keeping it in or keeping others out. It's unclear.
All right. He sniffed it. He looked at it. That's two of the senses. He's gonna pull out his mace and divot the old poke. Just gonna poke the grid, see if there's physical resistance.
Okay. You reach out with the glaive, and as you get closer, because this lattice-like grid only appears whenever like this pulse comes out, so you can't really see it. And as you reach out, before the pulse even reaches the grid starts to become more visible, and as your glaive makes contact with it, your glaive is then fully stopped. And you can see the grid lighting up now against your glaive. It does not give any kind of feedback effect, but it is a physical force that is impeding any movement.
Okay.
How's it feel?
It's a solid object, not poking through. Nothing shocked me, nothing new. I'm gonna touch it now.
Okay.
Ignatius will, put his halberd and glaive upon his back. He'll step forward and place an open palm on the grid because fuck it.
So you reach out at this point, and as your fingers get closer, the lattice lights up again, and you're a little hesitant at first because you're not entirely confident that this is going to produce the same result. And as your hand gets closer, you kind of feel almost like a warmer sensation. It's not burning, and it's not shocking, but as you get closer, your hand presses up against it, and cannot proceed any further. It is still physically blocking you. Your hand feels a little bit warmer, as if it's giving off some kind of energy, but it does not react beyond lighting up.
Oh
I
boy, I
think
wonder what kind of
at this
radiation that is.
point, a ski would just kind of follow him up, just clean walk up the surface of the pillar to also try and get a closer look to give it an old Arcana check to see if there's anything that kind of sticks out to her that might be familiar.
She's just gonna walk up next to Ignatius, and I don't think Ignatius is gonna act surprised. He's just gonna look to his left, yeah, then look back, yeah.
This
Hey.
is fine.
Give me some room. I'm gonna throw something at it to see if it.
Like a rock?
No, like a dagger. I want to see if something heavy hitting it at speed is gonna.
I mean, if you want to throw a dagger, I could always just tap it with a mace,
Yeah, but then you might get hit by something. If it does bounce back, then at least you're not. We're seeing it at range. Let's not just touch stuff here.
If it retaliates,
into
it's not having to
nothing more than a
retaliate against
wall.
you.
Ignatius will scoff. I assure you, I'm more than capable of handling whatever this force sphere can throw at me.
There's a vein popping out of Vegas's temple, and he's like, "I want to pull it out."
Let's get
There's a
Marius
ball
over
there
now.
that needs to be retrieved.
A dog and his ball.
Anyways,
want
could
my
I
ball.
try to Arcana check on this to try to
Yeah,
examine
go ahead
it
and give me
from
an
this
Arcana.
closer view?
Yeah, let's get a ski's view on this before Ignatius slaps it with a mace.
Only 10.
Can I take an
Let's
Arcana
see.
check myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am proficient in Arcana.
Dirty 20.
Would I be allowed to roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to steal thunder, but
It's okay, yours
It's
was
okay.
the lowest.
Evidently you won't.
After Iset, I'm just curious if a insight check would work after Iset, but do her first.
Okay. Yeah. Iset, looking at the way that this lattice-like grid is structured, it is extremely sturdy. The only kind of magic that could create a grid that is like perfect containment like this is either some kind of divine force or extraplanar. Those are the only two kinds of magic that would be able to construct it in this manner.
Well, it's not pinging as divine to Ignatius, and he's kind of the party liaison on the matter.
This is either divine or explainer, and given the nature of this place, I'm quite tempted to assume the latter.
What do you mean extra planar? Like where you're from, like where Ignatius is from?
Not from here, period.
Right.
Charlotte, make me a perception check at advantage.
Oh.
This wouldn't have anything to do with brethren, would it?
That's what I'm thinking.
Perhaps.
With a 19. As everybody is like investigating the altar and their focus is kind of up towards the orb itself and the lattice, something catches your eye, and you notice kind of like a faint glimmer, almost. And at first you think you're maybe seeing like fireflies, kind of like golden fireflies in a way. But they don't come up like that. They move in a slow like manner, but they don't like fade. They persist almost. And you notice these are happening closer towards the bottom of this pillar. And there is, sitting there at the very bottom, is a small translucent looking box, longer than it is wide. It is probably, I'd say maybe about 10 inches long. Not very big.
Ooh, and where specifically?
At the base of this pillar.
So
it's where these weird glimmering particles are coming from.
Charlotte is gonna like slip between Vegas and Iset and sort of like reach in and start pulling the box. You gotta try to get it out.
Alright. You reach over and see this box, and you can tell, like, looking at it, you can, like, partially see through it. It's unclear to tell if this is, like, a physical thing or not. But when you reach out, you're able to touch it. You can physically feel it, and you pick it up. And, just, like, holding it in your hand at the moment, it feels weightless, but it is clearly there. When you like open it and look inside, it is currently empty, but there are slots. There are 7 slots going from left to right that seem to be of various shapes. The first one's a triangle. The second one is a square. The third one is a diamond. And they seem to get more and more robust as you go further along. As you are holding this, your vision goes black. And you feel weightless. You do not see anyone around you.
Am I able to speak?
You can sort of like hear your thoughts, but any attempts to actually vocalize fail. Your vision is pulled for a moment, and you see what seems to unfold before you is a forest at first. And as your vision pushes past these trees, you see various tents and people you've never seen before. Very strange looking people. But from the way they are gathered and moving about, this appears to be a carnival of some kind. You can see both clowns and carnies and guests roaming about the grounds, going between attractions. As you watch, the carnival itself starts to fade over time. It grows darker. The trees begin to wither and die, and the carnies themselves turn into deformed monstrosities. Their bodies are elongated and twisted, and you notice now that there are bodies in the streets of both carnies and guests. As you were witnessing this, your vision fades to black again, and you see, for just a brief moment, what appears to be a jester's mask. A horrifying grin of a visage just staring out of the darkness at you. And as you stare back, you hear a voice. Hecna's dead. Angela's not here. Time's up. As the mask begins to slowly fade from your vision, there is a faint fluttering sound of what almost sounds like insectoid wings in your ears for just a moment before your vision comes back. Now, the rest of you, while this is happening, Ignatius and Aski, you notice that the lattice suddenly lights up. The entire lattice that encompasses around this object is fully lit. It is visible from all sides now. And it grows brighter and then disappears.
Wasn't me.
You then watch as the orb itself pulls itself free from the socket and begins drifting past both of you.
Ooh, what did you do?
I think you broke it.
Wasn't me. Didn't touch it. Ignatius will put his hands up and let that thing drift past him.
We sort of
Seems to be more like activated in some way. Must
Charlotte
be where it wants to go.
is just completely still holding this box.
Yeah, everyone else make perception checks. I think Aski and Ignatius
Yeah.
might be a little busy, but I want to see who noticed Charlotte's current catatonic state.
Floaty purple ball, too pretty.
Charlotte.
Yeah, it's that you notice that Charlotte just seems to be standing there. Her hands are up like she's holding something, but there's nothing in her hands, and her eyes are milky white right now.
Oh, that's not good.
Charlotte, as Iset's noticing you, you finally come to, and you can once again see, as everyone is talking, and all the sound from everyone speaking at once is starting to rush back to you. The orb moves further away, descends down, and begins to take shape. At first, a rib cage forming around it, then a long spine drifting down to the floor, before 4 arms manifest out of the side, and a large faceless head emerges. And we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, piss.
Oh, piss.
Now to find initiative on the new sheets.
Yeah, where's the
You can just pull up the combat
It's beneath
tracker.
the character
Yeah.
token.
Fucker.
Oh yeah.
Now
you can just roll
we
up the
find
tracker.
Oh, the
our
misery.
dungeon keeper.
Whoa, not one.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom before we start this. I'll
Alright.
be right back.
Whoa, Aspen.
I don't know why rolled from Oka, they go right after you.
Yeah.
Let's see, you were 5.8, so they modify them.
So the crystal became that thing.
The orb did, yes.
Yeah. I want my goddamn orb back.
Well, let's kill this thing and get your orb back.
Alright, let me get the combat music. Alrighty. Top of the round. Aspen.
Aspen's gonna pull the axe off their back, sigh a little bit, just. There always has to be something between me and the shiny things. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna move into range and attack.
Alright.
I'm gonna go crazy, and I think I'm actually gonna reckless the first attack.
Okay. Are you going to rage, or...?
Actually, I think I will, yes. So Aspen's face will just like start looking a bit more serious all of a sudden. Okay.
Do not forget to target as well.
Is that targeting it? Yeah, it's okay.
You have to click your weapon like always.
Yeah, I'm just finding everything on these new sheets.
Uh, 13 is going to miss, unfortunately.
Right.
As you swing, and at first you feel like you've connected, but it just kind of like shimmers past it. You feel you're close. Anything else?
I think that has to be me. Probably just some Orion swearing.
Alright, Vanya.
I'm going to run around this side of it. Is that in range? I can't tell because the token's really big. So.
Yes. It is this thing is 15 feet tall, by the way.
Oh,
it is massive.
Gosh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Actually, so
And it is a rib cage with a long dangling spine, four arms, 2 on each side, and a faceless head.
Can I get myself 5 feet up as well?
Do you want to try to float?
Yeah. Would that be an action or?
No. It will
No.
cost, I will say, to get up at least 5 feet, you'll need to spend an extra 5 feet. But you should be able to stay
I can't
there
do
once
that
you
right now. Okay, just noted. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna swing in with the Moontush Rapier,
Okay.
and then as another part of this, I'm gonna hit it with, because this is a sneak attack, correct? Because of Aspen?
Yes.
I'm gonna hit it with Devil's Dew as well. Which is a Orb of Silence, 10-foot sphere around it.
Alright, you will have to hit it first in order to
Yeah.
actually do that.
Hopefully I can. Let's go. 22.
Okay, 22 hits.
And then I'm gonna use a lightning sneak attack. She kind of drag a finger down the blade, and sparks turn it into like a lightning field around it.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Alright, 16 points of damage.
Total, yeah. 9 of it lightning.
Okay. You cut into this thing, surprising it, and at first it lets out a shriek, before the silence zone you emit encompasses it, and you don't hear anything, but you can tell that it is pretty upset with you.
Yeah. Did the lightning seem to hurt it more? Or...
Did not seem to do any more or less than you would expect.
Yeah. Alright.
Anything else?
No, that is turn. There you go.
Alright. At the start of its turn, you're gonna watch as it draws in energy, and it regains hit points.
Oh.
Radiant damage, I see.
Let's see. Well, I can't do that immediately. So yeah, it is going to target you, Vanya, because you just hit it.
Yep.
It is going to reach out with one of its arms and slash at you.
This is all rolling out in the open, by the way. I just want to confirm. Is that intended?
What is?
It's attacks. Yeah, it's always been like that.
Oh, I thought previously we could only see the results.
Yeah. It's changed the UI a little bit. But yeah, 11 misses as it swings a little bit too wide, and then it comes in with its other arms.
Wait, 4 attacks?
Got 4 arms.
Oh shit, that
17
hits.
hits. You're going to end up taking 6 points of damage. I'm going to try to apply the damage using a calculator, so don't bother messing with the healths.
Okay.
6 points of force damage, to be specific.
Alright.
As it cuts through you for a second, and you feel like almost like a cold chill, like push through you, because the arm went completely through you entirely. It was very weird.
We don't like that.
All right. At that point, it's going to move out of the silence zone.
Attack of opportunity?
Yes,
It does
like
not
this.
provoke attack of opportunity as it phases out of existence.
Gonna be one of those. Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
If you were to pick adjectives or some sort of descriptive word that would appear under its health bar, what would it be?
I don't know. Vegas.
Me neither. Oh, I'm fucked.
Still on the ground.
Well,
But yeah,
I
you
got a
can
job.
you can walk there.
No, I mean damage-wise.
Oh,
It's fine. I got a job. I go to work. Inventory.
Uh, 22 hits.
Sick.
$11 points of damage.
Now, how do I filter my bonus actions? Oh, I see now. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's it.
Yep, passing.
Alright, legendary action.
Oh no!
Fuck off.
It is
Bring it.
going to cast telekinesis at you.
Jesus.
Okay.
Alright, I need you to make a contested, I believe it's strength? Yes, strength check. Spellcasting.
Oh yeah, baby.
Nice.
Fucking yeah, they did it!
Pose on him.
Checked it.
Yep. Okay, you feel this force reach out to try and grab you, and you instinctively know that you're about to be pincered, and you kind of like manage to brush yourself out of it just in time. Alright.
Oh man, I thought he was about to. I thought Vegas, they were just about to get flicked.
I
in
was
his
about to get
face.
flung, yeah.
Not again.
I thought they were just about to get sent sailing into the sun. I thought they
Maybe.
were gone.
No,
Get
absolutely.
in the sea, the astral sea specifically.
I'm ready. I came prepared.
Alright, let's kick this thing's. Ignatius is gonna do his usual routine of fly directly towards the enemy. Which is not cooperating. There we go.
It's probably because there's wall terrains.
I'm just gonna move him without considering movement, and we just assume that he
you.
makes it. Okay, got
You
it.
want to go
Thank
right
you.
here, right?
Bingo.
Yeah. Yeah, indicate the spot and I can drag you over the walls. They're invisible.
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna hit him with my halberd, and I'm gonna be using Divine Strike as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to work my way around this
Okay.
beat. I hit that twice. Let's use the second one.
Yeah, you just have to click the attack button.
Oof.
14 hits.
Okay. All right.
Meets beats. Aspen was one shy.
Well, hot damn.
Grumble.
Alright, and then I just hit damage on the previous one. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And this is a magical weapon for the record.
Alright.
And I will be using my might power. Where is that? Where would my
Under spells.
divine
it's,
slap
should
be?
be
It's,
under
it's under
spells.
spells?
At
Okay.
least that's where I threw it, because I custom made it for you.
What would it be called? Divine Smite. There we go. Thank you.
Because it'll ask you to consume spell slots. Alright, 6 points of radiant damage.
And then we follow it up with a good old-fashioned bite.
I love when he does that.
I presume that
18
hits,
hits.
going out the previous 14. All right.
7 more points of damage.
And voila.
Alrighty. You
And
managed
that's
to
all
wail
she
into
wrote.
it and hit it fairly hard. You notice that after your strike, the glimmering effect that was pulsing off of it previously has stopped for the moment. And you said that was it?
Yep, that's my turn. There we go. End
SP.
turn.
Okay, well I'm gonna stay on the pillar here. I'm gonna be a bit silly. I'm going to walk around the surface of the pillar, basically try to assume at least like half cover standing on the other end
Okay.
of it. Before which I'm going to target you, and I figure that this creature that doesn't have any visible eyes or ears probably wouldn't be too affected by blindness, deafness, so I'll instead use my second level spell slot to upcast Chromatic Orb at it, and I think I'm going to do thunder damage.
All right. Unfortunately, a 9 is not going to hit.
Alas.
You
Alrighty.
spin up the orb and send it flying out towards it, and you end up kind of like misjudging because of the angle you're standing on from the rock, and it ends up going further wide than you intended.
Very well, I don't have anything to do aside from that, so...
Alright, legendary action.
Oh.
It is going to reposition again.
Oh no.
Hi,
well.
right in front of me. Hello there.
Alright, that's it.
Well, I guess I'm going for the trusty old sword, huh? Yeah. $16 hit?
16 hits.
Good. For 12 damage.
Nice.
And for my bonus action, I'm gonna commit Mocha to do something. Let me check what I've got on them. Yeah, I'm gonna get Mocha to ram this thing.
Ram?
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Just an attack.
Yeah, it should be able to click the attack button.
I need to actually pass my turn to it. Oh, it is not letting me roll. Weird.
Roll save while producing non-numerical results. Spell. Oh, something didn't get filled out there. 1 second, let me fix that real quick. What is your spell attack modifier? Do you know?
What do you mean?
So casters would have a spell attack modifier under their thing. Yours
Like
is
a
plus
spell
5.
DC?
No, it's
Oh,
the
spell
attack
attack, yeah.
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. There we go. Okay. Alright, try to roll it again.
There we go. That one.
Unfortunate.
Tragic.
Alright, Charlotte. You can now
I'm gonna be
react to
stepping-
everything that's happened.
I'm focused right now. I'm going to be stepping away from this thing. Yes, I will take the risk.
Okay. Alright, nothing happens.
One more step.
Now it will take an attack of opportunity.
I will accept this.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
no. You know what I got? I got my guardian emblem. For these kind of situations, it's gonna be my, let's see, reaction.
Burning armor shield. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it becomes a normal hit. Alright. Minimum damage. You will take 4 points of force damage.
All right, Charlotte.
Well, you've had a nice dinner.
Yeah, Charlotte takes this hit. Suddenly, her emblem goes off, and she doesn't even flinch, and she's gonna guiding bolt.
Alright.
Is this sickness the spell that always misses?
It only misses because Shadowheart's intelligence is low.
Tell that to the guy who played a sorcerer. Yes!
You manifested it.
I have to because I have to expect it and not have my expectations altered.
You willed the miss into existence.
The Arcana
All right.
heard you talking shit.
Wow. That's all I can do.
Alright. Legendary action. It is going to slash at a ski.
Oh, joy.
Yes, unfortunately. Despite being on the other side, it slashes all the way through the rock and still manages to clip you. You get the
That's
feeling
fucking cheating.
it is not affected by cover. Alright, Aspen.
Aspen took that swing that missed and has just watched this thing like blink around twice and it's just like, stop moving. Okay, calm. Am I in melee range then?
Yes. It is a 3x3, so it takes up 15 feet.
Yeah, I thought so. I was just double checking. That's got guiding bolt on it, right? So
Nope, it
attack
missed.
It missed. Okay. Well, we're still gonna go reckless.
Unfortunate. 13 just misses again. As your swing cuts a little too short. Anything else?
I got nothing, so.
Alright. Vanya.
Okay. Vanya's gonna run forwards. You said it's gonna take an extra 5-foot movement to get up, right?
Yes.
Run forwards and basically shout out, "Aski, I'm gonna jump off you!" No. It's that.
I was confused because of the position here.
Thought there was gonna be
That's a
some
big
pinballing.
jump.
The other spooky one.
5, 10, up, so 20, so up for 5 feet.
He said it's gonna help
and
her
then
out, yes.
Here, and then that would be my movement to get there. So
Okay.
she kind of hops up off of Isad's back, and at the same time, is going to attempt to slash.
— 16 hits.
So the damage for the base hit,
Ooh, nice.
and then it didn't seem affected by lightning, so we're going to go for fire. She drags 2 fingers down the blade this time as it goes in for the stab.
Okay. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oof.
Get back here!
2 points of fire damage.
And that's it.
Alright. As your strike connects with it, it cuts into it, and despite it feeling like you did some damage, it ends up engulfing a bit into light. You watch as a shimmering effect begins to reemerge and engulf it. And it splits as you watch that
Oh, no.
3 orbs of different colors move about the field and manifest.
Well, it's gonna be one of those days.
Oh, immense hatred. Okay.
I see it brought friends.
I see it
I'm
is
gonna roll
friends.
initiative.
Ha!
You cannot avoid annihilation.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to Vegas' turn.
Well. Yep. Split off into groups. Iggy, behind me. If it tosses me in, please catch me.
Can do.
What does this thing look like as I approach it?
You notice that it looks very similar to its original form. It is much smaller now. It is closer to being about 5 to 6 feet, about your height.
Still has 4 arms.
It only has 2 arms now.
That's cool.
It is not glowing as a light pink. This one is glowing very orange.
That's calming news. I'm gonna hit it.
All right. Uh, 17 hits. Seven points of damage.
Why
Alright.
not? All action search.
Alrighty.
Attack it again. Oh,
Unfortunate.
that's so sad.
You gotta fix that nat 1 sound. It's too
Is
loud.
it too loud? Sorry, I'll re-upload it at a quieter volume.
You
Yes.
may need to pick a different sound.
It's funny.
It's a little loud. Alright,
Okay, I'll change it.
Ignatius.
Okay, let's see if. I'm gonna say he's gonna swoop in and assist Vegas.
Okay. Where would you like to land?
We're not using flanking rules, so I'll just say northwest of Vegas, so it's just diagonal.
About here?
Yep.
So use 5, 10, 15, and then you'll have to come down at least to 5 feet in order to be able to reach it.
Yep. We got range here in this house.
Alright.
Alright, I can work with that. And,
For 8 damage.
let's see, under spells. We're probably not going to be doing too much else today. Divine Smite.
Alright. Woo! 10 points of radiant damage, and you watch as you slash into it and strike it, and it bursts with radiant fire for a moment. And you notice that that same shimmering effect that the bigger one had, this one also had until you hit it, and it fades.
The shimmer faded, not its
The shimmer
creature
faded.
entirely.
The creature's still up. It's looking pretty rough though.
Okay, cool. Gonna bite its face off now. Another 13, okay.
All right. Nine points of damage.
Alright, that's the turn.
All right, a ski.
Okay. Well. Positioning doesn't matter that much. With the nature of these things, I think I'll just stay where I am. I'll target that one in blue. And I think the big guy's not around anymore, so I will simply go ahead and give this one a regular old first level slot with fire as its damage type.
Targeting the blue one with a fire orb.
Uh-huh.
All right, 19 hits.
Okay. Oh, there's the attack one. Where's the damage button? Oh wait,
I
it
would
doesn't
just-
have the damage button on it because Chromatic Orb is weird in this, right?
Just click the 3d8 that comes off
Yeah.
the sheet there.
There we go. 15 fire damage.
Nice. You spin up the orb now that you've got a better sense of the gravity here and fire it off towards this blue one, and it impacts and engulfs it for a moment as the creature emerges looking pretty hurt from that blow.
Good. That'll be her turn for now.
Alright. This guy's been banged up a bit. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna try to swing at Vegas.
Bring it.
You cannot avoid annihilation.
Natural one.
Truly?
Alright. It is going to use its movement.
Do I get...
No, it shimmers. Not in the same way, but it goes ethereal and transgresses past you. And it reappears out in the open.
What, just floating in midair?
Yep.
Phil, my
Yes, sir.
turn. Alright, I'm gonna go after Mixed Pink over here. Start chopping. That has to be enough.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits.
Main
5
damage.
Alright.
Going to use my bonus action to command Mocha. To ram this guy. To ram this guy.
Okay.
Or girl, or whatever. Once again, non-numeric result from weird.
Not out.
I'll just roll 1d20 plus 5.
That's weird. No, I did update it on that end. Huh.
Yep.
Definitely hits. You can click the damage button. That one should work, hopefully.
Yeah. 7.
And then I must make a Constitution saving throw. And that's what? Necrotic damage?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Okay. Let's make it make the saving throw real quick.
It's a 10, so relatively easy, but
It
Not
has
good.
a +0. It does make it with an 11.
barely makes it.
You watch as Mocha comes up and attempts to, like, do this corrupted ram attack that you've had it do before. And it hits, and the ghost seems completely unfazed. It takes no necrotic damage.
Oh, it's immune? Shit.
It is immune.
Well, good to know.
Alright, Charlotte.
Taking a step back. Targeting the blue one. I'm going to cast another Guiding Bolt. It will hit. It will.
It has to.
Its attack dice, please. Oh, 20. It bounced on the 3, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
And the
20
fun
hits.
time. 46 damage.
Ooh,
Oh,
damn
22
max.
radiant.
Oh,
22.
nice.
Ooh.
As you lay into this thing, and it lets out a horrible shrieking sound that it's weird because it echoes, even though it has nothing to echo off of. And its entire form, like, partially phases out of existence for a second before it reappears. It looks very unstable.
And it's also marked for Radiance. So next hit count. Oh, that's what I got. Else I got. That's it. That will be my turn.
Alright. There we go. We'll do that for Guiding Bolt. Alright. This remnant over here. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna make a swing at you, Aset.
Ooh.
16 hits.
Hits.
You take 8 points of force damage as it reaches out and just slashes straight through you, and you feel this cold, crushing force just pass through you for a second. It feels like your insides just tightened a lot.
Awful.
It is now going to go ethereal and move.
Asshole.
Alright, Aspen.
Aspen's just watching all this. This is not how fight was supposed to. Good job, Thomas.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The pink one did not get hit by radiant damage, so it is going to heal.
Now I'm going to make a normal attack against this one, which should gain advantage of the guiding bolt, correct?
Yes.
Yes!
Oh yes,
I know.
26 definitely hits. $11 points of damage. Your axe
I
comes
believe that's still not including my rage, so that'd be +2 as well.
+2, 13. Alright. It will not matter. It only had 5 hit points left. As you cleave straight through it, it lets out a horrifying wail before it completely dissipates.
There's like nothing left of it.
There's nothing left of it.
Aspen's just gonna be staring at where it was, just. Huh.
You
Fall
killed
down! I will move there and end my turn.
Alright. Let's see. Vanya.
This thing is 5 foot below me now.
Yes. Into the astral sphere.
So I'm actually gonna try
You can
and go out
technically
after it.
hit it still if you go up towards it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go out after it.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's just gonna be a weapon attack. Targeting it. Oops, almost forgot to do that.
Ah, 16 hits.
We are having a weird number of
Hello.
roll streaks tonight that are just like 10,
Yeah.
13, 11.
No sneak attack with this, right?
No sneak attack.
Extremely mid roll streaks, as the kids say.
Yeah, exactly.
7 points of damage.
And then bonus action. I'm gonna try. Where's? Yeah, I'm gonna try and stab out with my dagger.
Okay. Offhand attack.
This does not get my bonus, so I'm just gonna roll a flat d20 here.
Okay.
No. Just kind of frustratedly flailing in the astral sea, like, get back here!
Alright. Vegas.
Okay, hear me out.
Yeah, no, look, I'm assessing the situation.
Delay your turn, Ignatius will pick you up and fly with you.
Okay, but like, I wanted to jump and like attack it in midair and then pass through it because it's a ghost, right? Like I can do that, right?
I was just proposing the option. Do what you will.
I just either would be cool, right? I just want to make sure that the first one that I proposed is acceptable.
You can try.
Cool. Okay. Let me. Yep. I have enough movement, I think.
Vanya's out there. What's the worst that can happen?
A lot.
So,
Yeah, Vanya will catch you. You both can circle off into space.
Exactly. Beneath you, Ignatius, you see the gears turning, and then Vegas turns to you and he says, "Remember what I said about catching me?" And then he runs off.
Would it be funny if he just caught you right now before you even left?
I'd allow that, like, opportunity attack.
Opportunity grapple.
Opportunity attack. Don't do anything dumb, please.
All right, so are you moving back this direction?
Come again?
Which direction are you moving? Because you're moving towards.
I'm trying
the wall.
to. Yeah, I'm trying to get over here.
Okay.
I'm just like running in a corner. So that's 10. So this is like, is this a running start to jump at it like this? Across and like land on the other side? That's what I intend to do.
Okay. Are you going for the orange one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like here, I'm tracing out the path with my ruler, essentially. Can I make that jump with a strength check given the weird gravity conditions?
You have what, 30 feet of movement total?
Yeah.
I will let you make the athletics check. You're gonna have to roll kind of high.
You think it's worth it, guys?
Oh yeah, do it. It's cool as fuck.
It'd be the coolest goddamn thing.
Push the red button.
You're so fucking right.
What would Vegas do?
This.
God damn.
With a natural 20, I say that you get enough of a head start that you are able to fly straight up towards it. So go ahead and make your attack.
This is sick.
Oh, you were targeting is set.
Oh, my bad. Why?
Cuts
Huh?
his head off.
Yeah.
18 will hit though, so go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, let me retarget.
Do not the jackal.
I won't.
Ooh,
Oh my
14
God.
points of damage.
God
One
damn.
off max. Guys, chill.
Yeah, so you watch as Vegas leaps off the edge, flies past this thing, cuts it in half, and then lands perfectly on the other side. You kind of wish there were other people to see it because it was real fucking cool.
What do you mean? Ignatius was right there!
Yeah. And he like
We're all
skitters
there.
to a stop as he lands. He's like, He was like not sure he was gonna make it there for a sec.
Go ahead and take a point of inspiration for that.
Ah,
Fucking bad.
I'm so fucking cool. This is exactly how I want to play this character. I'm so happy right now.
Anything
Okay.
else?
Nah, that's it. I mean, I'm gonna like do the gymnastics finish where I like stand upright. But yeah.
Alright, Ignatius.
Okay, so currently I cannot see anything due to a bit of clipping issues.
Yeah, you're right on top of the wall.
Yeah,
The
you're
last
behind the
one
wall.
is out here. If
Oh,
you-
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna zoop on over to that thing and whoop its ass. Just place me next to it and let God take the wheel. Trampy,
Alright.
whatever.
The wolf has heard this.
Money.
Yeah, 25 definitely hits. 14 points of damage.
And of course, you know what's about to happen.
Popping another Divine Smite.
Always.
4 points of damage.
Where the fuck?
Alright.
I keep trying to organize my ship properly and whiffing it.
There's a new favorites bar off to the side. You can drop abilities down into there as well.
Okay. I will do that then.
Is that like a shortcut menu?
I'm using the whole
Got
bar
it.
at the bottom
Al-
of the
yeah,
screen.
alternatively, there is the macro hotbar where you can drop items down in there and hit the corresponding keys like you're playing an MMO.
I have that damn thing covered by the character sheet half the time. I always forget it's there.
Alright, and then 8 will miss on the natural weapon.
Figured as much. Okay,
I never
that's
knew
me
you
turn.
could do that. Holy shit, the hotbar.
Alright, a ski.
Well, there's only one left. Let's rev up another cool little chromatic orb and see how we do. So let's you are targeted. Let's give you one of these. Let's make it a nice ball of thunder damage this time around as we go in.
15 will hit.
14 thunder damage.
Nice. As your orb comes sailing out straight into the back of this creature as it turns to face Ignatius and just explodes into a very loud, booming shock of thunder. The force of which almost kind of pushes Vanya and Ignatius away from it, but not enough to send them flying in any matter. But definitely startling. It too is looking very bad.
But not down yet. Alright, well.
Let's finish this thing.
Alright, it's set.
I'm gonna fire some arrows. Well, one arrow. I only get one at this level.
Alrighty. 21 hits.
That's a hit. And another 8 damage.
And with 8 points of damage, you send the arrow piercing straight through it, and you watch as its form kind of reel backs, as if it was about to like let out another scream before it just dissipates entirely.
At long last.
And you watch as the dust begins to whirl up from where the 3 creatures recently deceased
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
reemerge back together and reform.
You again.
Whoa, mama.
Welcome to Phase 3.
Huh. Alright. Did not foresee this.
My boss fights are going to get progressively more challenging as they go on. They're,
No. I like
Weird.
this.
Really
This
cool.
is good.
I
I
got
like this. I want
7
this.
of you that I have to intimidate somehow.
You can't scare me.
Alright,
All
anything
right.
else is set?
Yeah, bonus action from Matt Mocha.
Alright.
Time for something more physical, because clearly necrotic damage doesn't work against this thing.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, definitely hits.
Excellent.
Life draining magic?
1
Nothing.
point of damage.
Oops.
That sounds doesn't fit the description of
The
the thing.
Hooves is a strength-based attack, and Mocha has 6 in their score.
Yeah, it says hit
Minus 2.
2d4 plus 3 is the thing. On the actual sheet.
Yes, I think that's because they pulled it straight off the creature, and so it is still using the strength-based score. I will try to get that corrected. I'll go ahead and add on the extra damage. Okay, there we go.
Well, shit.
I'll get that fixed. Anything else?
No, that's about all I could do, really.
No. Okay. Legendary action.
Ah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna target you, Charlotte. And it's gonna cast telekinesis. You need to make a strength check.
Please do not flick her into this fucking space.
Well,
Ooh, it rolled real bad.
Avoid annihilation.
Wow.
As it's still reforming, it tries to reach out and grab you, and you watched it attempt this on Vegas, and you are able to just, like, weave out of its way. Its grip isn't able to find any purchase on you. It's your turn.
level 2 guiding bolt.
Oh!
I don't care if it misses. It would just mean either we're even, or I am superior. Let's see what happens. I accidentally closed my sheet. My bad. It's a little clunkier and a little slower. And also a lot of pop-ups. I wonder if there's a way to disable that. Or let it load slower. Anyway.
Yeah, once MIDI gets updated, I will have that enabled again, because I imagine it will
Alright.
run much smoother.
I targeted. Guiding bolt level 2. Did something not happen? I lost connection. Connection reestablished.
Oh.
I think it ate my thing. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's been
fix.
happening a few times with myself as well.
Yeah, it'll like say, "Oh, you're here," until I do something like, "No, you're not. You're here." It's fine.
You're here.
Alright.
No.
Oh!
Yeah, 22. That'll hit.
So that's 5d6 for
Not
another
bad.
22. And they're glowing.
What in the goddamn?
Oh, wrong one. Marked. There we go. Alright, yeah, you send this bolt hurtling into it, and it collides. The shimmering effect around it begins to grow a lot weaker again. It is not looking great. Anything else?
That is all.
Alright, legendary action. It is gonna reach out and swipe at a set.
Fun.
Oh, it is rolling
Missing.
real bad tonight. 12 misses. Alright. Aspen.
So, Aspen's gonna, kind of having seen everyone else sort of take floaty movements, and this thing being 15 feet tall, gonna make use of that. And Aspen's gonna kind of brace for a second and then jump directly up. But in a kind of spinning motion, so it's like a frontal somersault.
You're channeling your inner
whilst-
trailer park tornado.
Yes. But while swinging the axe, so it's like a sideways Beyblade of Doom.
Okay, I got it.
We're about to watch Aspen just get sent flying into the astral plane like a fucking
maybe.
spinning top.
Yeah, but it's a badass way to go out into the astral plane.
You got me there.
22 hits. Ooh. Is that factoring in your
Nine.
rage as well?
No, it's not. So my rage is +2 on that.
Okay, so 9 points.
Near min damage. Ooh.
Alright, you
Still good.
hit it pretty good.
I wish I had it. I wish there was something else I could do. I
Low
don't
level
think there is.
barbarian.
Yeah.
You'll get there. You'll get there. Trust me.
Anything else?
No, nothing I can do.
Okay. Vanya.
Going to give people some space here. Put on Tish. Come round here. Obviously no flanking, but it's just to open up the sides a bit for people. Gonna slash out with the rapier. Let's make sure. My target? Yeah. This would be sneak attack though, right?
Yes, there's
Okay.
several targets within 5 feet. 17
Okay.
hits.
So we're gonna do Just a normal roll. Oof.
6.
I'm gonna she just as that thrust goes in, just the single finger down the blade for a lightning.
Lightning? Alright.
Oh god.
5 damage. As you slash into it, sending a small arc of lightning, a little bit less than you were hoping for, straight across its spine. It kind of shudders for a moment, and its head kind of like tilts back to look at you. It has no face or eyes, but you can feel it seeing you.
Husky, get clear! And that's my turn.
Alright, legendary action is going to move up to here. Let's see. It hasn't gotten to do this yet.
Firing its mega fucking space beam at the whole party.
Alright.
It's the second phase of the Airbuster fight.
Everybody's in range but Vegas.
Oh no.
Alright,
Oh,
so
no.
we've got Ignatius, Fanya, Aski, Mocha, Aset, Aspen, and Charlotte. This
Darkstar.
thing... Oh, that would be funny. That would immediately end your entire Devling career. It
Except me.
reels back, flailing its arms out as it lets out the horrible pitching wail. And you can feel gravity start to pull at you. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Gravity!
Oh
Do you
boy.
believe in gravity?
DC is 15.
Well, guess I'll die. I made it. Shit.
Can't believe we're fucking fighting Sea Moon.
I can do this. I can do this. I believe in myself. Money.
I'm just gonna get it.
Alright.
It's pulling you closer, Dante, you're fine.
Wait, yeah, I want that.
Okay. So let's see. Everyone who failed, which is Aski, Aspen, and I think just those two. You both take only 2 points force damage, rolled pretty low. Everyone else is going to take 1. There we go. And then, Aspen and Aski, you're pulled 20 feet out into space.
I don't mean a buzzkill, but I don't take any damage.
Actually,
Yes,
we're
you
all
do not
pulled.
take.
The pull takes us, and then we take the con save to see if we reduce the damage. The pull happens no matter what, it looks like. Just reading that.
Oh,
Oh, yes. So the pull is automatic, it seems.
fuck yeah, bring me closer. I want to kick its ass.
Uh,
How much did you say it was? 20 feet?
20
feet.
feet. Yeah.
As you all are now free floating in the astral sea.
Just swim! Just swim! It's fine!
Vegas, you just watch the entire party get yeeted.
This is fucked. This is fucked. I can't go up there. Oh god.
Alright. Anything else to do? Nope, that's it. Alright. Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Sure is far away. Mm-hmm. So, if If I dash, I could make it. Would I be able to make that jump and just sort of like reach it with my dash action?
Let's see here. You've got a pretty
I'd be, like,
decent
right
running
behind you.
start here. I can say if you make another athletics check, you might be able to cover the distance to not have to dash. So you
Okay,
might be able
where
to do
would
it
I have to run
again.
to?
So yeah,
So, like,
another
jumping from here?
athletics. Yes.
Okay. There's no way.
They
I just
can't
can't
keep getting
stop.
away with
Wield
it.
it
They
in
can't
existence.
stop
Can't
winning.
stop. Right. Yeah. Power friendship. I believe in my group. Jeez.
So yeah, you manage to get a pretty good leap, and you're able to fly out towards it. Go ahead and make your attack.
I sure will.
This would be a funny way to finish this boss if you manage that.
Oh my god, please.
Oh, please do it.
That hits.
You never know.
Wish I had action surge.
You got one action and you're hitting it now.
11 points of damage.
Yeah.
What are you doing? There we go.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't really have any bonus action. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Okay, Ignatius will do his usual rigmarole. I assume that height does not matter in this situation.
No, this thing is, again, 15 feet, so you being 5 feet higher elevation, not gonna matter.
Cool. It's halberd time, baby.
Oh boy.
Fucking money.
My god.
Oh lord, a crit.
Here we
16
go.
damage. How would you like to do this?
Alright,
boss
Goblin
beater.
Piggy gets to kill every boss.
Right?
Oh god. I'm gonna say takes the fucking arms off first and 2 slashes, then straight down the middle.
So you watch as Ignatius flies up, halberd spinning between arms, slicing through both of the figure's limbs before cutting straight down the middle. And
Nice.
it attempts to scream one more time before it disperses and then reforms into its very small orb. And that is the end of the fight.
So what's a momentum?
You're nerd.
Okay, cool. I guess Ignatius and Vanya will ferry people back.
You just gotta swim. Just think about swimming. You'll be fine.
He said cautiously phrases and makes her way back down to the platform.
Fuck you. I think about drowning instead.
Error, it's overflight.
Gonna use the pillar to kind of guide myself down. Oop, sorry.
Yeah, I gotta move your tokens, guys.
Gonna stay flying, just because I can.
Ah, yes, ominously hovering. You know what? Sure.
Dragon Ball style.
So we have a convenient little pebble that this thing is. We will pass it off to the pebble holder.
The orb has floated back towards the altar, has gone slightly past it, has approached like close to where Mocha and his set are right now, and is pulsing, just kind of hovering in place.
I was scared we'd have to catch the damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Vegas dusts himself off and then looks to Iggy and says, "Did you fucking see that back there?"
Oh, that was so cool, dude.
Yeah, fucking dap me up.
Well, Charlotte gets back on the ground. She's gonna try to find that box that she'd opened earlier.
The box is gone.
Did anyone find a box on the ground? Oh no, I
No.
hope it didn't get thrown over.
Was busy
Didn't
looking
see a
at the
box.
glowing thing. Sorry.
Yes. Are you alright? You.
It seems we were all a bit preoccupied noticing that there are ghosts out here in the sea.
I'm going to quickly interrupt before we go too deep into this, because I imagine it's going to go on for a bit. It is break time.
It is.
Yeah.
Alrighty, be right back.
Hell yeah.
Your Beeswaw?
Finally, on the third try. Guiding bolt, guiding bolt, guiding bolt. I like how some of us were freaking out over the thing, and me freaking out over the if it does the gravity.
Easy fight.
I love my emblem.
Mm.
I should bathroom so I could focus better.
Pace yourself.
I could, but
Do it. Do it right now. Do it on camera.
it is done.
Gross.
It's gonna be funny when this goes full time. Full time Fennec.
I feel like this is the kind of shit to make Ignatius momentarily drop a facade.
I think it did.
Just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that back there? We fucking kicked ass.
The fucking
Two-
double nat 20s, leaps of faith.
Right?
Tag team.
I'm just that good.
I'm just happy to hit something.
Meanwhile, Vegas and Ignatius are zipping around, tag teaming one fucker before getting little fella yeeted at the last one.
I really do. That was like, so that's 3 nat 20s this session, and it's all in one combat.
Just now looking at all the memes and gifs response from like the encounter, because I can't pay attention to that and DM at the same time, so it's just a bunch of stuff.
Understandable.
It's very funny.
See, I started with multi-man melee from Smash, which I think was a very highbrow and sophisticated joke.
Okay, Paul Allen.
Huh?
Technically, Priest started with the gym badges.
I did see that. Well, I was talking about the combat encounter. But hey, hack in a box, right?
Heh.
I got no idea what this clown shit is. All I know is you had some clown stuff in your past history, and that's like a bad X.
Ran away from the circus.
I like to not talk about my clown period.
You were incredible.
I've parted with the Bembo horn.
That was adorable. Gave it to Viola.
Bimbo is an interesting character.
I think Bembo fucking kicked ass.
They definitely did.
The fact that Bembo died, but got to be brought back in the funniest way
Even
imaginable,
worse.
and got even stronger.
Bembo the White.
Yes.
Or, I mean, Bembo the Silly to Bembo the Goofy.
Yes. Like I always
wasn't there like a chance that I could come back as a level 1 peasant or some shit like that, or was that
no?
not?
I think what it was, you selected the classes you wanted, and one of them was Blood Hunter, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Which would have been
Edgy
funny.
Clown.
Blood Hunter Bembo would have been like, Brendan Lee in The Crow. That would have been fun, like a glam rock, like clown type deal. That'd be fucking sick, actually. And I'd play guitar on top of a building.
That's what kind of screwed me up at the Death Stranding 2 trailer. It's like, this is just the fucking Crow.
I'm into it.
I love it. I don't want to go on a rant. I'm not gonna, because
an abstract artist.
I love how the fact that Konami released a free Silent Hill thing, and like, what does everyone talk about? Did you see Death Stranding 2?
He gets it. He makes games.
Because Kojima Walkout will make everyone go, what the hell is this? And people will talk about it.
And simultaneously, it seems like Kojima's doing anything but working on his projects. Because he's always like posting on Instagram, like, I'm here at this location with this famous person hanging out. Or,
yeah.
Like, shit like that. And it's just like, damn, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I wish to lead a quirked up life like that 50-year-old man. Or is he like 60 now?
Kojima's in his 60s. I almost got art of
Hideo Kojima?
Of Norman as Bridges, as Sam. Because, haha, Norman.
Shambwidges.
I like how Iggy is our just boss slayer.
If it works, it works.
I almost posted, there's somebody doing a joke project of translating Stardust Crusaders, like back-to-back Google Translate.
Oh, God.
They got to meeting Iggy, and the Iggy profile is extremely hilarious. I'm not gonna post it here because our break's almost ending. Maybe after the game. And I was thinking, who is this, Vegas or Iggy?
Well, we
Oh,
know
mama.
if Iggy ever goes down, everyone's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Teamwork. I also realized I could bless myself and I could shoot better. Like it didn't dawn on me. I can just buff myself stronger, but then I'm like, no, the other players need to hit too,
You can bless 3 targets.
unless I upcast.
I mean, you bless 3 targets at level 1.
One could be myself.
Yeah, that's how that works.
But then I wait a whole turn, but then I have more power. It's funny, like I can't remember the last time I played Clay. It was during a Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign. Like a live game I was in. That was long ago.
I'm so fucking annoyed at myself.
Oh, it's okay.
Bad rolls happen, unfortunately.
It's not that they were bad rolls. I should have hit those first 2 attacks. I should be adding my con modifier to the first attack every turn, which I didn't. Which
Was
on
it
top
part of your
13,
like new features?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oopsie.
Which subclass are you for Barbarian?
The
Force Tremor.
yeah. The Thought Tremor Barbarian, the new one from Beast World.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, especially with conversions. It's like, oh yeah, they have to be added in manually and converted.
Yeah, so you have like +2 to all your hits, or at least the first swing, each turn, as long as you're raging.
I'm back.
+3. It's my
Is it
con
+3?
modifier.
Oh, yeah.
I live.
So 110% should have gotten those hits in, should have gotten that extra damage, but no, fuck me.
You just gotta remember your features.
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed. I didn't use Hellish Rebuke for all of Waterdeep.
Not once.
I'm not
Not
embarrassed, I'm
once.
just angry at myself because I realized it halfway through as well.
Believe me, as Baldwin playing Bloodhunter, there are like numbers and things I forget. I understand that.
Absolutely dreading when I get the extra features and stuff that Fel Infiltrator gets, because I am going to start getting overwhelmed.
I think it's also the fact we play every week until my game's done. Like we're gonna be more refreshed when we go weekly.
We got this. But yo, Vegas doing the Sky Samurai move.
Yeah, right.
That was fucking cool.
You know that meme where it's like the yearbook pictures and it's like Daniel and the cooler Daniel?
Yeah.
There's a fucking Aspen and Vegas and it's just like the Marshall class and the cooler Marshall.
For now, trust me, Barbarian starts getting real damn scary real
I think
quick.
in terms of the sunglasses upgrade, that's always gonna be Vegas though.
Well, look, of everyone in the party, style points, it's split between Vegas and a set, and it's not even close with the rest of us. We
Yeah.
are not like Vanya looks like she's right off the front cover for a fucking I'm blanking on the name now. The mice, the books,
I don't know what you're referring to.
One
so I can't-
mojito, any percent speed run later. I
Asgard?
return.
Red
Wah,
Wall?
wah, 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 wah.
Red
I'm
Wall.
playing the
Yeah.
persona of an extra from Vikings, and Vegas is out here like a fucking 2017 swag Instagrammer.
Ah,
Randy
wah, wah.
Savage.
Congrats, Vegas. You've been upgraded to influencer.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh,
gross.
that's awful.
I'm better than that.
That's what an influencer would say.
It really is, yeah.
Vegas
Yeah,
get
it is.
iPad.
Vegas is a influencer.
I influence myself out of bed every morning.
That's the struggle.
Like when you inspire.
All right, we are all here.
Influencer.
I'm loading back in.
Influence you to never call me that again.
All right. So you've just defeated this Astral Guardian. Its orb is still fluttering in place. And Charlotte was talking about a box.
What do you mean a box?
Give you all heads up. Founders decided to put me in a black hole, but I'll keep
Just
playing along.
Just F5.
That's what I did. There was a box here. I picked up. It was right at the foot of this rock.
Gonna look at the foot of the rock. Is it there?
There's nothing there.
Are you
This-
quite alright?
No, I was there. I think it woke that thing up. That was
Make
my
a
fault.
perception check. Specifically, Charlotte.
So then it was as much of a ghost as the rest of them?
Oh, well, I'm still in the hole. Uh-oh. I have a physical die for this convenience.
Yeah, but
I will. I'll live mic it so I
Your
can prove.
mod is +2.
I'm using the Heckna die for this
Oh, good. Fitting.
because it's the closest thing I have. That's a 9.
So 11. All right. Continue.
Oh, that's it.
You could have just been disorientated. There's a lot going on out here.
No, I saw something. Did
Oh.
anybody see a jester's mask or something?
What I saw was you
Oh.
being completely frozen in place with your eyes entirely white, but
So it was a vision.
Didn't see any mask. No.
A vision of what?
There was a carnival. It had people, it had clowns, but something violent happened. And they died. And there was a
Fighting
jest.
clowns. Sounds like Vegas's fight.
Haha.
I think something either happened or is about to happen.
Mm.
They said there was a mask, and I heard a voice that said, Heckna's dead, time's up. I feel like it's either a warning or something happening.
Can I insight Charlotte? Just to see if
Absolutely.
she's-
Charlotte, make me a deception
Yeah.
check.
same.
What the hell is a Heckna?
Weird. I'm trying to see if she's under the insight checks to kind of see if she's under any magical influence. Rather
Can
than
other
if she's
people make
lying.
that check as well?
Yeah, I can say anybody could attempt the insight.
It's a 9.
I assumed I could at least get it myself just because, like, I'm literally in the conversation.
Yeah, everybody is, you're able to tell that being a little bit cagey.
Caspian actually trusts Charlotte a little bit too much to doubt it.
It's not that I don't believe what you're saying, but what did this then? If you're seeing things that none of the rest of us are.
I don't know. There are. I shouldn't have touched. I should have told someone I was going to touch it. That was on me.
Touch what?
She saw a box. Is it
My
a golden box?
Yeah, it had shapes like inserts, like inlets, inserts inside it. 7 triangle, square, diamond, and more complex shapes. Like it was meant to contain something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got thrown to the sea because of that thing.
Strange.
Well,
Do you,
I suppose that something must have caused this ghost or something of the sort to have woken up here after being inert for all of these years. Maybe something about it being dispatched by us also has a hand in what you say disappearing.
At the very least, we should inform Cicero of this when we get back.
Vanya's gonna float over to Charlotte and kind of reach out to try and... Do you know when you test someone's temperature with the back of your hand?
Mhm.
Basically doing that on Charlotte's head if Charlotte doesn't stop her from doing it. And I'm just kind of doing it to see if there's anything just on off with Charlotte, anything magically influencing her or that sort of deal.
Alright. Are you using any kind of, like, specific ability for this?
No, this is just using eyes and senses, just touching, basically.
Vibe-based methodology.
A vibe check, yeah,
vibe check.
basically.
I normally roll vibe checks, but,
Can I
you-
do maybe Arcana or...
Unfortunately,
I guess
there's
religion?
nothing you can really roll that would get
No.
you any further information. She
just
does
off.
not appear to be any different.
Okay.
Charlotte, give me another perception check.
Oh boy. I am
You-
back. Die. Natural
20.
20.
Okay.
Nice.
Your third eye has opened, baby.
While you're having this conversation, you occasionally glance towards the pink orb, which is just basically settled like 5 feet off the ground at this point. And as you glance to it one more time, something catches your eye again. You realize that the orb now has those golden-like glimmers flickering around it.
Going to carefully approach the orb.
The orb is over here.
Ah,
Alright.
Do
I
you
need.
see things often?
I think the orb was doing something with that box. Maybe it was an illusion or something. It might have been the source of that vision.
Pardon me if I'm about to say something incredibly stupid, but maybe the box didn't exist, and I'm not doubting your claim to the veracity of it. I'm saying it vanished or was magical in such a way that it just blipped away alongside the creature and was part of the sphere.
I think that's actually something pretty smart. Maybe it was an illusion cast or like a trap.
It could very well have been, yes.
What if
was
it's
the
inside
trap?
of you?
Why
In
would a
what
box be
sense?
inside of me?
We are currently floating on a giant set of ruins within an astral sea. I am open to suggestions.
It
You
did
know, like
summon a ghost
possessions.
to us, after all.
It did summon a ghost to us. Yes, it could have some form of possession. Maybe you're just holding it within yourself. Have we tried having you fiddle with the sphere yet? Maybe that should accomplish something.
All
He
right.
said just quirks an eyebrow at Ignatius, but nevertheless gestures to Charlotte to go ahead.
I'm
going-
taking shots in the dark here.
Ignatius, you have been wonderful, and it's good to experiment, especially in a place like this. I was planning all these things for this place, but I have to know what happens. So I'm going to be touching the sphere, and if anything happens, restrain me, knock me out by any means necessary. If I am acting violent, I'm going to go touch the sphere.
Can Ignatius
Oh,
interject real quick?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, she's about to touch.
I will say, as your arm
Humor
kind of
me.
like reaches out towards it, you notice that those little glimmering golden lights almost kind of like reach out towards your hand and kind of like encompass towards your arm, but it doesn't pull or anything like that. It's just kind of like urging you forward. And as a heads up, nobody else sees these lights.
Oh,
Only Charlotte's seeing these.
Oh, okay, so this is just a perfectly normal but still fucky sphere, and to her it's a glimmering little sphere of fuckery.
Yes.
That's a technical term, you know.
and she's going to wait for Ignatius, her hand just about to cup around the sphere, like an inch over hover hand.
Just remember, we'll be here for you. Remain steadfast in your resolve. Whatever happens next, it's on us together.
Vanya's gonna hide behind Aspen a little bit.
He says ready to
Remind
step in
me-
whenever.
Of my best friend, and she's going to grab the sphere.
All right. Your hand reaches out and touches the spear, and you watch all the glimmering light kind of like attaches very gently to your arm. You don't feel anything, and your arm glows for a moment before all of that light pushes back towards the orb, and the orb, now everybody sees, turns from pink to gold for just a moment, and then resumes back to its pink color, and you watch as the form starts to reshape again. And you see the figure reemerge again as it once appeared. Skeletal ribs, spinal column, forearms, no face. But it's smaller now. It's only about 5 feet tall this time.
Still taller than Charlotte.
And you watch as it reforms within the space and begins to like look around as it stretches its limbs. Damage severe. Inquiring. Who are all of you?
I could ask you the very same question myself.
I'm me, bitch.
I think a better question is, what are you?
I am the Astral Path. I am the guardian of the Absolute Veil. It continues to look around, kind of like not really paying you as much mind. It's more examining the astral sea behind you.
What is
Guardian of
that?
the- What?
It kind of like phases
That-
between you all. as it again continues to look out into the sea. The Absolute Veil. Are you unaware of the shield that exists around your world?
Shield, I don't.
Are
think-
these terms that the group would be familiar in any way, or is this all just nonsense?
Make me Arcana checks for anyone who would like to try.
I
Can
would,
Go ahead.
if possible, want to silently communicate
Alas.
with Falkiel to say, does any
Nat
of
20.
that sound familiar, my shadow?
To you,
What the fuck, Vegas?
God damn.
Vegas got into the occult once and still remembers surprisingly much.
I'm locked in.
You really are. You're on
I'm
a
just
roll
that
tonight.
good.
Vegas read this in a book.
Vegas made someone read it to him from a book.
Let's see.
Aspen's just kind of busy clutching their axe, like, are we gonna fight this again?
Aspen's like eating dirt.
Really quick, does any of this, like, because Vanya worships Etris, does any of this have anything to do with Etris at all? Like, I know that he guard like the timelines, because he, like, makes sure there's no time travel and stuff. Does this trigger, like, does this, like, trip anything to do with that sort of thing?
I'll say yes. Go ahead and roll with advantage if you haven't.
Okay.
I'm gonna filter through the rolls first.
Religion or Arcana?
Religion in this case.
Also advantage or just flat?
Yes. Okay. Iset and Vegas, you have not heard of this technical term before, the Absolute Veil. But the way it is described to you makes you think of a sort of like a barrier that protects the beast world from other worlds in a way. There is sort of like a shroud that encompasses the universe and keeps it in place. For Vanya, you know that Yitris, specifically, that they don't really deal much with the Astral Sea or the Veil, but are aware that the Veil provides a very important and sense of stability to the universe. For Aski, you hear Thalkiel whisk into your head, most fiends come from beyond the Veil. It's how we get here.
Oh, that's bad.
I see. You will just continue to silently communicate then that it seems we're going to be learning an important thing or two soon then.
Hold on. If
What was the last question that was asked to it? Because I had a lot of rolls all of a sudden.
We were trying to recognize what it was talking about. I don't think anyone asked a question.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
if this is to do with the world on the whole, why is it in the dungeon?
The astropath turns towards you. It completely expressionless. It doesn't have a face. But you get a sense it's looking in your direction, and you hear it speak. The incident has imprisoned me here for the last 3 years. I have been trapped in a form of hibernation, repairing myself.
Trapped by what?
That repair was pretty violent.
Something damaged the veil. It created a hole, a tear, a rift even. Enough to try and pull individuals from this world out. It was a very quick, sudden moment. And whenever the veil is damaged in such a manner, it is my job to respond as soon as possible. While I was attempting repairs, it plunged its denizens it had taken back in. Something was being manipulated, causing the flow of time to ebb. I believe Itris intervened in some way.
Wait, you said Itris, the knowing mouse.
I did.
They defend the time, yeah? Makes sense.
Well,
Whatever entity was on the other side of the veil was attempting to manipulate time in a way. And I believe Itris was fixing it as the two stolen denizens were being returned. They were being returned to a point shortly after which they had been taken, so nothing would have been altered. I was caught in the middle of this pull of force and was severely damaged.
Are you a Vitrus?
I am not.
Are you wider than no other creatures in this dungeon?
Are we even in a dungeon at this point?
What is this dungeon?
I suppose that answers your question.
It kind of
That's
looks
a-
back out into the astral sea again.
Complicated question.
The best we've been able to ascertain has been a phenomenon that's been popping up in the past few years now. Decades, perhaps.
The Broken World anomaly.
Quite possibly. Seems to have a mind of its own somehow.
Do I know anything about that?
History check?
I mean, yeah.
That's how the Brethren came here.
Yeah.
Let's see how street smart or just how much schooling Vegas actually had.
Imagine another
Is this-
funny.
Something Ignatius would have a little more knowledge on.
Wait, I have like double proficiency in history.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see if it comes up for Ignatius. You will definitely get it, however. I'm just curious.
Well, not definitely yet. It's a +7. I can still like roll like absolute shit.
Touche.
Go ahead and make rolls. History.
oh, I'm proficient in that. And Charlotte's obviously gonna do it because Itris mentioned.
Proficient, but Vanya's was 5 years old when the Brethren
See?
War ended, so.
Charlotte, you know that after the Invader War, I'd say within like the first year after the war ended is around the time the dungeon showed up for the first time. So it is often led to believe that it is something that may have come from the Broken World.
So, when the Brethren came, through however they did, something may have happened that may have led to the creation of the dungeon, like a side effect. Maybe it was the breach of the veil.
If you can't
The
open
veil
a
was
door,
not
you make a
damaged in
hole.
that time.
It wasn't.
The Broken World existed within the veil. It was not outside its realm.
Did it now?
Hirahu's pilgrimage that pulled the brethren, as you call them, to your world allowed them to become native, as it were, attuned to your world, but the pilgrimage also pulled other things with it. Whatever could latch on from the dying world.
So, was there a reason you attacked us? Was it just... Did you confuse us for intruders, or...
My state was heavily damaged.
Did we damage you further?
No, your combat, as it were, replenished my systems, fixed the errors, as it were. And
It was quite
well.
invigorating.
looking straight at Charlotte and kind of like reaching out with like two arms, just kind of like motioning, just like in your general figure. You seem to have the gift.
The box, you mean?
What box?
Now Charlotte is really bothered. I saw a box at that rock where we found your spear. Nobody else
Intriguing.
can see it.
Maybe it's symbolic?
But didn't someone say that I was like in a fugue state?
You were.
It was
yes.
magic. It was representative of something happening to you.
Dismissing this isn't gonna make her feel better. That's
We can
Trying-
rationalize it.
People don't normally turn catatonic and have their eyes go completely white from playing magic. Something is afoot.
It
That sounds like something exactly magic would do.
It sounds
would be
like
some-
you absorbed a time echo.
Huh?
Oh, okay. What is
Please
Absorb-
that?
elaborate.
Time. Wait, what is the time echo?
Sometimes, objects of great importance or power can leave behind echoes. These manifest to only those sensitive enough to see them. You absorb the echo and you gain knowledge into the events surrounding whatever object you touch.
Oh my god, I have moody blues.
And I will now add Echo Sense to your character sheet.
Oh my god.
Charlotte has officially become a stand user.
Pretty neat.
This is vindicating, for the record. I was correct.
It seems remnants of Yitris's magic was left here after the incident, and it seems like you absorbed it.
Is this going to be... Is this going to hurt? Is this going to do something?
It seems
It
like
shouldn't.
it already has.
You will probably be more aware of echoes in your travels. They will be collective memories added to yours.
will she have similar fugue states? That's dangerous.
You witness these echoes in real time. So until the memory is complete, you will not be aware of your surroundings.
Can't pause the video.
Then we definitely need to keep an eye on Charlotte more carefully.
It is reassuring to know that those catatonic states are at least understandable for the most part. We know she'll be back.
So,
Understandable, sure, but
We'll still need to protect him from harm.
I mean,
How long does a
it-
memory last?
it
Depends on the echo.
It lasted. Felt like a bit, but I guess it was
That-
only seconds.
That one lasted seconds, but what if it is memory of a month-long siege or something? How long can you be in fugue state for?
I think Charlotte gets the spark notes.
Maybe if something happens and I don't come to it quickly, you would just have to take care of me. I don't mean. I know this is sudden, but I think there's a reason why I have this, and something may have happened or is going to happen. Oh, wait. Do echoes look into the future?
No. Echoes are events that have already unfolded.
That was the past.
Whatever you saw may have been a remnant of the tear in the veil.
Tear?
Do elaborate.
I
you mean
must investigate
Blackwell?
further.
Okay, I have
No.
2 points. One, Charlotte, if you go all glassy-eyed when we are out somewhere, I will carry you. 2, we should not let her drive the wagon.
No, don't.
Agreed.
Let's
Wait.
not, yes.
Don't carry you or don't let you drive.
Don't let her drive.
Just make sure I'm safe.
Yes.
The astral path at this point has turned to look back out into the sea.
What are you
Intriguing.
looking at?
The stars have shifted. They're not in the
They're-
same place they're supposed to be.
Where are we right now?
This is the Astral Sea, isn't it?
Correct.
Why
I
is
thought
the
this
Astral
was-
Sea in a library?
It's not. It's in the astral sea.
But the door we
Or-
came to is in a library. The door opens into this place.
Yeah,
I
but-
think the
Road can
door could be
transport you to
anywhere.
many places.
And it just happened to be in a library.
There are
Is it-
many doors that lead to the astral sea.
So
Wait!
This is not the dungeon.
Have you heard of someone known as the Traveler?
Unclear.
I'm very confused.
There was someone dressed in metal that can travel through. You said there are many doors,
Many
Can-
doors to the astral sea.
That
Yes.
but the sea then carries many doors. So if we went to another door, we could end up somewhere else.
Let's go back through the one we came
Well, yeah,
from.
of course, but that explains how the Traveler was getting everywhere.
By going through here.
It's like a-
Assuming there is such a direct link between here and the dungeon itself.
At the very least, it must operate along similar lines.
You said
All
the
has made more questions. Sorry, Charlotte.
you said the echo was something to do with the veil breach, or
The echo is a remnant of the past. Though only those gifted by Yitris are able to see them. As are you.
Charlotte seems to be in deep thought. Maybe. And this breach was fixed. And that's how you got.
Unclear. I have been trapped here for 3 years. I do need to assess the damage.
It's possible it may not be fixed.
If this
It
is
is
happening,
possible it may have grown
Yeah.
worse over time.
Wait, so the excuse the reference. The Blackwild is a rip in the fabric of this stuff too, right? So, if that's letting fiends in, then the damage might be letting other stuff in.
Fiends, as you put it, come from beyond the veil. How they are getting in through the Blackwild is unknown to me.
Right, it's more of a frame of reference for myself. But the damage, is it tears in the fabric?
Correct.
So, would you say that something could be coming in? Stuff that's not meant to be?
Very, very possible. There are many realms that lie beyond this one.
So, you don't know what's beyond this rift?
No one in this universe does.
So, just to clarify, if this is not the dungeon, do we not get treasure now?
No, we have so much information. We'll probably get
I
rewarded
think we have
by
more important things
sister
than
realm.
the dungeon right now, yes.
I wanted the gold.
Information can just be good as gold.
You mentioned 2 individuals were pulled in there. Who are they?
Unclear. The entire encounter only lasted a few seconds. I have been here the entire time after. It is why I do not know the current state of the damage.
Rat.
I don't want information, I want gold.
I'm sure we'll get paid.
I don't know if I have anything else to ask. It's a lot, but it's just pieces.
Was there anyone else present when this damage was done?
No.
Does this not seem somewhat above our pay grade? This is
A little.
celestials and worlds and
No
barely
more than the
comprehend
nature
half
of the
of this.
dungeon itself.
If it was above our pay grade, Dramphine would have not guided us here.
And if Beatrice has destined me to be here, I mean,
how do
at
we
least
know
I
either
could...
of those things are true?
Have
Well,
faith in yourself and a higher power, and I'm sure Charlotte here will be able to guide us on that way.
I was taught for this. I just didn't know it was going to come like this. I had been trained under the teachings. Well, trained is fine. What I was educated. I wasn't trained in a temple. I was educated at home.
Well, you know what they say, Charlotte.
What?
Deity protect you if deity selects you.
She
I'd say
smiles
that's
at that.
accurate. Some people get left behind, though, don't they?
All
Anyway,
the time.
Apparently, I am one of them.
Hey, Ignatius.
Hi.
Little DM suggestion here. Use Divine Sense.
I'm gonna divine sense.
It's a freebie.
Hmm.
So you get your normal fiend and undead pings. You now get a celestial ping from your new friend here.
Huh. Okay. Does that register on Charlotte at all, or is it just Mr. Skeleman?
Just the astropath, which also lets you know that that lettuce that was encasing its form was blocking your senses.
Okay, that doesn't happen much, does it?
I know.
Ignatius will share this information with the group, and look, as worried about this revelation as I am currently. And I assure you, I am very concerned about this.
There's... I mean, it's just more notes to take. And the more the merrier.
And more leads to follow. How convenient that we're so close to an archive.
Cicero will surely have a field day with all this information for one.
See, acolytes of Etris devote themselves to years of hoping to get answers from Etris. Sometimes they would just come to an absolute realization. They would just find the answer.
Well, this appears to be your answer, or at least the start of one.
It is, though, the start.
It feels like another question rather than anything like an answer, though.
When has a solution ever provided all the answers to a question?
The answers to the life, universe, and everything isn't met easily.
I understand that this is something to do with your god, but I am Dungeon Delver, Explorer. This is beyond me. I do not understand what we can do with Divine Veil. Or
These
any
gods
of this
are very real.
You're new to this. I mean, we all are, but we could pass this information to Cicero. Maybe Cicero knows someone who'd understand this further, and they might be able to handle it. Although,
and no gods are real. They're just your gods more than my gods.
Well, yeah, I know very little of Dranfine, but I kind of agree with Aspen here. We're not really cut out for this yet. If ever, when has anyone ever done anything with the divine and come out the other side unharmed or...
Iset simply smiles and says nothing.
We fell into a suddenly very messy situation, and now I think it is time for us to walk away from this situation before we get truly out of our depth.
I don't think that's a choice for us anymore.
Why not? We have...
The astropath looks between all of you and says, "Are there any more questions? I do need to assess the damage."
So, I have just one, then no more. When did you estimate this veil was breached?
It said 3 years ago.
3 years ago, okay.
3 years is how long I've been imprisoned here.
But time could have advanced since then? Could have been longer?
Time does not operate differently in the Astral Sea, if that is what you're asking.
Oh. Alright.
What happened 3 years ago that could be the cause of this? Is there any major events, or is this something that would have gone unnoticed?
This happened outside of any influence within this realm.
It would have been nary a blip.
Something attacked this realm, to be more specific, and that is what caused the rift.
Were there any witnesses here of that?
Maybe... Do you think Etris might know more then?
You just gonna go ask him?
I mean, I'm sure there's a temple or a scholar that might have better contact.
You know as well as I do, Etris wants us to figure this out ourselves.
The gods
That's
will be watching.
the whole point of worship. You should know this.
As a celestial being whose job is to maintain this veil, do we have any capacity to even interact with this on the same level as you? Are we able to help?
is unclear. I have yet to even assess the damage.
That's
Well, we
always-
interacted with this fella pretty damn well earlier. I don't see any reason to stop us from continuing.
Could come back another day.
If you
If
wish
it's
to
still
contact me further, you can use the altar here. Gestures to the large pillar. And he kind of reaches into himself, and you watch as he pulls out the same pink spear. It's a lot smaller this time, and he sends it up into the pillar. Just place your hand on here, and I will return.
I know we interacted with him fairly well, but there
Just
seems
watch as he drifts off into the astral sea.
a fairly distinct difference between swinging weapons and thing and repairing a hole in space or whatever that is.
Not everything is fighting, Aspen.
Mm-hmm.
Some
This
of
is
us-
exactly what I'm saying. That is a fairly large gap between celestial protection of the planet and the fight we just had. These are two very different issues, and I think it's just so far away from anything we have done or anything I think we are capable of doing. How would we even
There-
travel there?
There are other delvers who might know more and might handle this.
So we report it. Exactly.
Yes.
No, this is someone else's problem.
Let us talk to Cicero
As-
first and
Yes, let's
see where that
converse with
leads us.
Cicero.
Perhaps he has leads, perhaps he may know something about all this himself. Or at least be able to point us to people who may know more.
Damn it.
Charlotte's already walking off.
I certainly didn't expect this to be what sparked so much fear.
Surprise
To me,
Amogus.
it hardly seems any different than the nature of the dungeon's mystery.
It is not fear.
Dungeon's
That is
different.
just not what I signed up for.
As ludicrous as it sounds, have faith in the matter. We can't receive such a trial as this without some modicum of preparation.
Faith in what?
Yourself.
Ourselves, yes.
Good answer.
Ugh,
More
I don't know
practical
what to
than
say.
any divine, anyway.
I do not feel that it is a matter of faith. This is not us.
Think for
Run from it
yourself,
all
we're
you
right into
want.
this.
Maybe
I'm
I
sure
do.
I
it'll
am
find you.
having the best time.
Vegas, everything's good for you.
You know what?
Wow.
Good for you, buddy.
Exactly.
Wait, Vegas, wait.
Why?
I don't know how to turn this off.
Why would I know how to turn it off?
I don't think you can, but you were the one right next to me.
Okay. Stand still.
Try shaking her.
She
I'm
stands
gonna take my palm and just kind of like swipe it downwards over your face. You know, maybe it comes off.
Hold on.
Just kind of roughly like. That doesn't work, does it?
I'm gonna, something about the. She looks a little frustrated and just like, what are you doing? Aspen? Usky? Anyone? I can't go back up there like this.
Vanya.
Oh, I got
you.
this.
Aspen's
Yeah.
gonna like kneel down so that they're like at a slightly more level height with Vanya, but kneeling down on both knees. They're gonna try and take Vanya's hands in their hands.
Yeah, no, she doesn't stop it.
Okay. Match your breathing with mine. Close your eyes and breathe slow. In and then out. Picture your normal self. Just try to focus on you.
With
The
that,
old
and
you, not the new.
yeah, she it'll drop.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to click that right now. Tee smiles.
Teehee.
Put a spotlight on Vanya, literally.
Starts running away cutely.
No, there's the I can enchant a mask that I touch, and I know that Vanya has one of those.
I don't. It's back at the estate.
Shit.
That seems to have worked.
I actually cannot find my token to swap it back. But yeah, she's back to normal. Alright, thank you. Weird.
Honestly, I had no idea that would work. It was just an attempt.
Well, thank you.
So we're heading back up the tunnel towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You walk, shedding light, I imagine, once more to see, because the door's closed, because you don't know how far it's gonna go. And, travel back down through the smooth, tunnel before reaching the door that you can clearly see from this side. And, you push it open, and, you see Cicero, further down, the aisle, kind of like back towards the door. Doesn't notice you guys immediately coming out.
So who's gonna tell him?
I
Charlotte.
can.
Cicero, we have news for you.
She's the one who saw
Oh my
the
God.
mouse in it.
Yes, that was in character.
Yeah, Charlotte is going to make her way to Cicero. How much... Oh, there's no way to tell. There's no clock. How much time passed? We're back.
Cicero kind of like is startled for a second and turns around. Oh, that was quick. Did you run up and down the stairs a few times?
How quick?
We found something.
I mean, it's been like 45 minutes.
Does that feel right
Right.
to you guys?
Yeah, does that feel like the amount of time
Does it
that's
feel
passed
like it
to us?
has been 45 minutes?
With the amount of time that you've spent in there talking and originally exploring before the fight, yeah. Doesn't
Okay,
feel
checks out.
weird.
It... Didn't expect it to be so quick.
But we've
What a
managed
cool
to see
45
something
minutes.
in there. Unlike
We
anyone else you've sent in before, it seems.
Found something and got into a fight against something.
He kind of like freezes for a second. What?
The astral path? Do you know what that is?
He just kind of like shakes his head. No.
Oh boy.
Some sort of being. It attacked us, but we defeated it, and it somehow...
Whoa.
Hank-
Okay. This is all quite alarming. We should probably talk someplace else about this.
No,
Are we
sorry.
good to
Sure.
close that door?
Yes,
Do it.
But we'll need to open it again whenever we want.
When we will let you know beforehand.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Then she like
Sick.
comes over and like gets the shelf put back into place to cover up the door.
We suspect that this may not be another leg of the dungeon to begin with, so closing up the door after we're done with it shouldn't take it away for good.
That wouldn't be unusual for the dungeon, but okay. I have hundreds of questions, but we need to get back to the decorum first.
We're only going to end up giving you more questions. Trust me.
He immediately just kind of like leads the way out of the archives. His pace is a lot quicker at this point. Because he was expecting literally nothing to happen. You guys to maybe come out in 4 hours, maybe come out in an hour after getting bored. Because they've had no results. He leads you through the library, out into the streets, and then back further up north towards the dungeon decorum. Yes, up top.
Trampled to death.
You watch as Cicero makes no time kind of like going over to the door and like bangs on it several times, not very politely, and just doesn't even wait for a response and just opens the door. Dr. Escuga, you're the one going to, they found something. The startled Silver Dragon takes a second, kind of steps out. It looks like he was in the middle of writing something at the moment. He has a small journal in hand and closes it up. You found something.
Looking
did
to
we ever?
Charlotte.
A whole dude.
Some sort of being that attacked us until we defeated it, and it had regained its senses, called the Astral Path.
He's writing down everything you're saying at the moment.
I believe our paladin said it was a celestial.
Celestial, yes. And it seemed to have known Itris. There's a lot of things happened. I think I should start from the top. We were investigating. Did you ever see like a purple sphere and a spire on the second floor of that dungeon?
They look to each other. No.
Charlotte's go look to everyone else.
It was right there,
I saw it.
protected by this strange grid that was pulsating off of it.
Perhaps it reacted to you, Charlotte?
Who was it that said that the dungeon sometimes calls to people?
Very, very curious. Please continue.
Well, I came across something that was like a box. I touched it and I started seeing things. I saw a carnival, a circus, and people died. And there was a mask, Jester's mask, talking, saying someone named Hecna is dead, time is up. And then suddenly when I came to, this celestial being appeared, attacked us, we fought it, had its senses straightened, and it was talking about the Absolute Veil and something damaged it.
Svek perks up at that point when you mentioned the veil. You said the Absolute Veil's been damaged.
That's what the Astral Path, that's the Celestial said.
Curious. And you said this Astral Path was like, what, some kind of guardian?
A celestial, yes.
I think either Guardian or Observer, or they said they had to review the damage. They had to look into it because they had been imprisoned for about 3 years.
Around the time the door appeared.
3 years ago was when the door appeared.
Of course.
But there might be other doors in that place. I don't think it's a dungeon. I think it is opening it to the Astral Sea itself. It could go anywhere. That might be why the Traveler has been getting everywhere.
He perks up again when you say that.
It's a theory.
It's a new theory, at least. We hadn't even considered that a possibility.
I asked the Astropath about the Traveler. They didn't understand. They may have never seen them.
Yes, they seemed unaware of the dungeon entirely. But nevertheless mentioned 2 people who got pulled in here when the veil was breached.
To be fair, the Traveler is still somewhat recent discovery within the last 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years. Still theories. Maybe the Traveler was one of the 2.
Perhaps so.
Svek continues to just like jot information down. He is very strangely calm in this moment, despite this overwhelming amount of information. Cicero is kind of like leaning up against the wall, just kind of like listening. His leg is bouncing constantly. He is trying to process this, and also just like, this is a lot.
This Astropath is looking into things, and I believe they need time to review, and I don't know. I think someone should go check and like let them know that whoever's going is an ally of Charlotte and her company.
We will make sure to keep note of that. You mentioned a box. What did it look like?
Golden, had 7 inlets, shapes, diamond, square, triangle.
He closes
more
the
comp-
book, and he walks back into his office, just like unabruptly. And after a minute, he steps back out, and you see in his hands, he's holding the same box you described.
Can you open it?
He opens it. It is empty
Is it-
still. But it looks exactly the same. It has the same 7 indents in the same different slots.
And she's gonna point to it, look to everyone, and say, "This was the box I found."
Huh.
I found this very recently in the Arnerian Desert.
Jesus, that's far away.
Very far
Buried in the
away.
sands.
It happened to be in our path. I was traveling with the Litfield caravan at the time.
As if
Stumbled.
someone dropped it.
Unclear. It could have just been debris in the road, but the fact that you described it almost to a T is a little concerning.
It seems there may be something to it significant enough that it left behind an echo, I believe it was called.
Spec's now kind of like looking over to you, Ski. Echo?
You would have to ask Charlotte more about it. She's the one who is able to detect them.
I don't understand it myself, but apparently I have some sort of gift that can see into the past with particular items or things. Briefly. Like memory or a history of something. Wait.
Make me a perception check.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh
Oh boy.
boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I had a eureka, but I'm gonna.
You're about to have another one, maybe.
I just had it personally.
Ah, shame.
Ah, shit.
Well, I'm just gonna pitch something. I'm gonna touch the box, see if something happens.
Okay. Nothing happens.
When I touched this, it showed me a carnival full of clowns and people, and then they all suddenly died. The clowns became monsters or something. And they all died, and there was a mask that said Heckna's dead. I think it came from the carnival. This box.
Where, pray tell, do you think this carnival came from?
I don't know. But it reminds me of... I don't know. Sorry, I'm just having a funny memory of this. It was a bit weird.
He takes the box and
Go
sets it into your hands. I think you should hold on to this. Maybe it'll help spark something.
It would help. This is going to be a very funny question to Duo.
Uh-huh.
Regarding a location of a place.
Go ahead.
Where is the Sleeping Duck Inn?
Vigno.
Noted. Alright. I was just gonna have Charlotte say... Alright, I was worrying this. When I was with my first group, turning to ESET, I was with my group. We were at an inn. The day we left, I saw a bunch of people, like entertainers. And they mentioned my husband's name, like that he's fine. But it was just, that's the last time I've ever seen like a carnival or anything.
And when did you see this?
This was years ago.
How many?
This is where my timeline begins to squeal. 5 years ago. I think. It was just so faint. I've been traveling with my group for so long. Things have been kind of a blur. I just thought it was a silly thing. Maybe it was I don't know. It's just when I think clowns and things, I think that group.
Well, it could be a coincidence.
It might be. I mean, how many clowns are out there in the Beast World?
I'm not particularly familiar with a lot of carnivals. I'm too focused on the dungeon.
I haven't run into many over my travels myself either.
It might be just something else. Sorry, this has been overwhelming, and I'm trying to make sense of it. And I'm sure you are too.
You and me both.
Overwhelming is an understatement, I think, at this point.
Which is why we should leave it be.
Just block it out. Just deal with it. Smile.
You people need help, but I don't think I can provide that kind.
I think I want to divulge this to you, to Cicero, and anyone else you may know who'd be more understanding of the veil and the sea. I think this should be left in the hands of whoever may be the most top amongst you all. I want, if anyone goes through that door again, I want the astral path to know that Charlotte had sent whoever you send.
Of course. Do you think this entity will readily return?
I think so. I don't know if they might lash out. I don't know. They said that it was like we somehow brought them to the senses, like they were in a frenzy or something. Maybe a curse or something. They don't seem to mean harm. They were pretty talkative. I think they will help us. We may have to help it too.
Well, that is a remarkable amount of information that you were able to pull from this location. I am honestly quite shocked. I was not expecting so much results within the short time frame.
I honestly thought I was going to sit in an empty room and just throw anything at the wall and see what happens.
We can't help but get results. It just happens.
I was expecting another big evil thing and then treasure.
Well, you have provided a valuable service, and we do pay for such information, as I said.
I love to hear that.
Cicero, you divulge some of the dungeoneering funds their way.
Cicero, run your pockets.
We have a lot more work to do. I have more research to conduct. But that is absolutely fantastic news. As interesting as it is to hear. First we had the humans, the Brethren, invade our world, and now some outside force tried to break within. Who knows what else is out there?
Well, hopefully know someone with that would be able to give us some answers.
I suppose if we keep delving, we'll be quick to find out.
I mean, it might not always be like this.
I hope not.
We might...
Not ready for this sort of thing.
This is
The
not
dungeons
what I
could do
signed up
anything.
for.
We could be going into a gem mine full of rock monsters or something. We could be... I've delved for years. I've seen all sorts of things. I've seen little. I've seen much. I've seen places that we had to leave and not finish. The dungeon could do anything, and this is the most surprising one to me.
Monster
We'll
is
get used to
treasure, clearing out dungeons like the first one we encountered. I am fine with this. I am not for cavorting with celestials and gods and grand interplanetary conspiracy.
Tell you what, Aspen, if it gets that way, we'll handle it, and we'll make sure the next one is full of something you want to fight, something that needs to be killed.
We'll let you go into the other room when we have to talk about plot.
Cicero comes back down the stairs carrying 2 separate bags, one in each hand, and just kind of like gestures for somebody to collect said reward.
He said eyebrows immediately raise up.
Just let Aspen take this. They need this.
Here's your reward,
Wow.
Aspen, for being able to put through all that.
What
And
is
for
that?
fighting so well.
Each of the bags contain 500 gold.
Woohoo!
So that's another
Wow.
1,000
A
added
1,000,
to the party
goddamn.
funds.
That's called information turned into treasure.
It's all we can spare for now, but I imagine any more information coming our way will definitely be of great value. I do still have those dungeon leads if you want to get back to something a bit more grounded.
Do
yes.
they have expiration dates?
No,
They can't
Okay,
really
we'll
unless
take them.
someone else closes them.
yes. Well, one of these is sort of like a reoccurring annoyance. We've had Delvers deal with this particular dungeon different times. It's changed its layout, but it continues to resurface in the same place. It's more of a nuisance than it is a threat. Near Lake Rainblessed, and it heads out a contract, essentially. Every so often, there are dungeon monsters coming out of the lake. They harass the fishermen and attack local wildlife. They make it very hard for locals to sleep peacefully. We send delvers in, they clear out the dungeon goes quiet, and then a few months pass, it wakes up again. This one is a bit relentless, unfortunately, though from what reports have been gathered, each delving crew has described the layout differently, and the creatures within differently, so it seems like it is adapting, perhaps?
Sounds interesting.
But if you can buy the locals a few more months of peace and quiet, I imagine they'll appreciate it. And then I have this, and he holds up a letter. This is more of a personal contract. One of our Dungeoneer scouts, Marisha Temple, she has gone missing.
In a dungeon or generally?
She was investigating a rumor north of Edelstan, up in Oria, about monster activity, supposedly. We needed her to potentially scout it out first, find a dungeon, and then we could get a contract up to have some delvers go and, get rid of it. But they haven't reported back.
It's a long trip.
And the Lake Rainbless is along the way.
Would you need us to come back here to report on the dungeon being cleared? Or could we send you a letter?
You can send word.
We could do that.
Yes, that'd be fine.
Aspen, you could help us around in Oria, right?
Duh.
This
Is
is most,
everything all right, Aspen?
most reassuring bear noise.
Okay. And the other one, you said there were 3.
Shifts around for a second, kind of like looking through. I don't believe I had 3.
Oh, maybe I missed that. Sorry.
But I imagine if you talk to enough people along the way, you might find more of your own. There are other dungeon scouts out there besides myself, though they will ask for a cut of the fines, as is per customary.
Where did they say the Auric one was?
North of Edelstan, which is southwest of Isvik.
It's like the west coast of Oria.
It is the west coast.
What kind of monster activity are we talking here exactly?
Unclear. We just had vague reports of monster activity, so we needed to send a scout to figure out what we were dealing with.
Fair.
And that, of course, we haven't gotten an answer to.
If only it were so easy.
I think if we go to Edelstan, we pack wagons well, so we do not have to stop on the way.
I think we should have this discussion tomorrow, after a good night's sleep, preferably.
We'll have plenty of time along the way, at least. Nothing else.
Well, I want to also get into the library before we leave. That's one of the main reasons I personally wanted to come
Oh,
here.
certainly, it'd be a waste.
You can go ahead. I
If
think
we
I might
can
look
go.
tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
We will
I'm
need
not going
some
today, but
Oh, right.
continued access anyhow, given who
Indeed.
we encountered in there. Seems to want us to return once it's been able to conduct more research of its own into the situation it attempted to describe to us.
Vegas, do you have anything else you need to do here in town before we go? You got your whole sport.
Well, no, I got my match finished. That's fine.
You do need to collect your pay.
I do have to collect my pay. After that, yes, I have some other affairs. I don't need to go right away.
there's something else, and I'd rather talk about that in private.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just something between us, no offense, these two.
No, that's fair.
And Spectre
Very well.
shrugs. Delvers tend to keep secrets among each other. It's not
I
uncommon.
like your poster, by the way.
He smiles.
Anything else, or are we gonna go rest?
That's
It's nap time.
everything.
Back
Thank
to
you.
Vegas's place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For now.
For now.
That sounds nice. I'm gonna go lie down.
Rest up then. Send a word whenever you take care of that or find anything else of interest.
I love being flashbanged by screen transitions. I've got everything else nice in dark mode, room, lights dimmed, lamps not on, and bam!
I gotta figure out what's causing that.
There might be an effect on the transition tile that you've got set up.
I think it's the CTs that get the flashbangs, right?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides, you fool. It's been that way since 1.6, since Gold, since
That-
before then.
Almost
Dante's
like I
only
never
played
played
Go.
Counter-Strike.
Has only ever played Go, yeah.
Yo, Priest,
Hey,
you want to run ring some wingman? You play CS right now?
oh no. I am going to bed the second this game is over.
No. I didn't mean after the session. I just meant in general.
Oh, I don't actually play CSGO.
Oh shoot, I thought you did. Anyhow.
Anyways, yeah, Cicero escorts you outside the decorum and just kind of like nods his head to each of you in tow. He looks like he is a little overwhelmed.
Snap.
Well, that was certainly enlightening. I don't think I could have predicted that I was going to hear so much today in a short amount of time. You
That's a
certainly
trend I'm
do.
starting to notice.
You certainly do produce results. Well,
I've done this for years, although this is my biggest one.
We can't stop getting results.
Apparently, we produce results even if we have no idea what those results are going to be.
Exactly.
well, if you need further contact from me, you can always send letters. I try to respond as quick as I am able to. The Donkey Post Office usually keeps up the mail as quick as possible.
I've seen some of those guys sleeping when they walk. It's unsettling.
Yes. It's how they cover so much distance.
Yeah, we have to learn to steer carefully clear of them while traveling down the road. Don't want to accidentally hit them.
Saw one walk into
Yes,
a
that'd be
wall.
disastrous.
Alright, well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And he kind of disappears back into the decorum.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
You too.
And you
Alright.
kind of both hands over eyes, drags them down her face, like, That was a lot.
And there's still more to learn.
While we're just us, that other topic. Remember in Dole, the people in the masks?
Yes.
Didn't they say they had people here?
Yes.
Are we... I mean, we don't have to, but are we gonna look in, see if we can at least warn anyone?
They're ignorant xenophobes. You can't go anywhere without tripping over them.
Oh, I
It's a
haven't
big
seen any
city. They probably will keep themselves hidden.
That's
Vanya,
fine, but warning people about this is just, it's important, right?
I mean, I think it's a good idea, but I mean, how many brethren live here? We're not going to go to every door. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. It's just
I didn't say
this
that.
city is
I said
vast.
at least warn the guard. Something, anything. Something grounded, something we can actually touch at the moment.
In the most sincere way possible, I appreciate your concern, but this is something the guard would most likely be aware about in terms of hate groups, but if it is something you feel so passionate about, we can go together to the guard and report an incident.
It wouldn't hurt to update them, give them
Yes.
a heads up.
But
Just something.
I don't
know.
think there's much more we can do than that, unfortunately.
We do what we can where we can, but in the moment we shall do just that to make you feel better without trying to belittle your feelings here, if you understand.
No, I get it.
Vanya, my best friend is a brethren. And I want to let you know I feel very relieved that there is someone who really cares.
It's not about who they are, it's dangerous. People are getting hurt. That's all I really care about. I want to make sure we can try and help. Something we can see, something we can touch. Those people back in Toll needed it, and no one was there for them at the time.
You're doing the right thing.
You are.
And I get everyone's interested in this. Well, maybe not everyone, but most of you are interested in this high above us divine drama, whatever the hell is going on in there, but that's not something we can touch right now, I don't think.
I might know something for a laugh. Tomorrow.
Alright. And I will say this is where we bring this session to a close tonight.
Mhm.
It has been a pleasure. I am going to go roll into bed now.
Oh,
however.
yes.
Yeah.
Have a
night.
good
Oh.
one.
Have a good
Fare
one.
thee well, everyone.
Ending
Oh.
at exactly the
Oh,
same
boy.
spot we did last time, right?
I'm
See you
sorry.
Thursday
did,
after
shit.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Later.
It
we're-
all
Really?
comes full square.
Almost in the same places as well.
Man.
Man.
See you guys. Good game. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, bye. Take care, guys.
Later, y'all.
We recorded this, right?
I really
Okay.
hope we did.
I feel like I want to do Ray checks because I worry something's gonna
No,
not
I was watching the timer the whole time.
good.
Like
good.
like if we did not record this, I would flip my shit.
Oh yeah, I'd be pretty
feel-
upset. This is episode 10. It's a major lore drop.
It is. I feel like I
really
need to
is.
like tell myself at the start of like every 5 minutes, like the first 5 or 10 minutes the recording's on. Just don't want to give you that anxiety. It's better to be
Yeah.
triple checked than to forget.
This is very definitely not the direction or vibe I expected this plot to go in.
Same.
Oh, it's gonna
this-
take a couple more turns. You guys
Oh,
have.
boy.
this
You're
threw for a loop.
barely into Act 1.
I just wanted to do
Oh,
something
we didn't
different,
level for this,
nothing.
did we?
We did not. We're still
No,
at level
but
3.
actually, that was something I was supposed to bring up. You all are supposed to level up.
Oh,
Yep.
Neat.
Oh, are
level
we?
up party
I will.
tomorrow.
I
next
will
time.
ping everybody in Discord so they know. Surprise.
I will still need I will need help from you with
Yes.
with that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting big, super dramatic story. I just wanted to do silly little dungeon delving.
I thought we were gonna fool around. It was gonna be like a big puzzle, and either me or like someone else was gonna accidentally click something and like reveal something.
If I put a really big puzzle in here, it would have taken 4 hours just to get the combat started. I guarantee you. I have to tune puzzles so carefully. Because the
Me-
very simple one in Dole took almost 2 hours. And I'm like, that can't happen.
Totally fair.
I also didn't know that, like, the previous campaign stuff that I didn't participate in was going to become big stuff.
I kept
I was
poking at
wondering-
Norman, and I said, Norman, hey, everything that happens here has effects.
I mean, Baldwin's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
thought it was- I
that's
kinda thought it was
definitely
just
one of the
cameos.
effects.
Baldwin is here. Anastasia may be trying to make her way in soon.
I mean, that means remember, Ileana and Samir are around somewhere.
Are also here.
Ileana and Samira are around.
Yeah, I thought that was, like, just cameo stuff. I'm going to be so fucking lost with all that because I have no idea about any of it.
You'll be like our characters.
Yeah, you'll learn as you go.
But at least you guys will get, like, the fun moments of, like, oh, hey, I remember this. I'm just going to be sat there like, huh.
Well, it's gonna be like this for the next campaign too, though that one won't be nearly as long.
Oh
'Cause,
man.
Waterdeep lasted 47 sessions. It's probably gonna take us 50 sessions to get through Act 1.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Again, this
Well,
is gonna be a long campaign. It's probably the longest campaign I'm gonna run.
Yeah. Forges of Fate for me was 3 years, but well, we're almost full time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost there.
A couple more sessions of air to go, and we're there.
Yeah. 7 days.
7
7
days.
days.
Calamity
Before Fox is going to have a
is
really
not a
bad
force
time.
of good, nor does it believe in evil. All right. See you later.
Good night.
Yeah,
Later, y'all.
good night, folks.